Hello and welcome to Sugar, Silk and Stretch's very first watch-along special. We are tuned in tonight for the big bill in Saudi Arabia, headlined by Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. I believe, fellas, we're waiting for Nick Ball to come in the ring for his WBC featherweight title challenge against Ray Vargas. But Gary missed the Sunday show, and I know he wants to get his predictions in for the Chief support, Zhang and Parker, and for the main event, of course. How's it going, Gary?
Hi, we didn't introduce ourselves, but I'm sure
it's a watch-along. It's a watch-along. It's different. It's different.
Sorry.
Different vibe. We've got a different protocol.
My name's Silk, Michelangelo.
Yeah.
My name is Gary, the stretch guy.
This is more informal. It's a watch-along. That's why I didn't say welcome to blah, 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 or any of that. I'm not exactly anyway.
My prediction, can you reiterate on your predictions, boys?
Michael first.
Beauty before age. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I am looking for Joshua to win inside of the distance, and I'm looking for Zhang to also stop Parker, probably middle to late.
I fancy Joshua to win one way or another. I don't predict stoppage or points.
If Michael gets the win, he gets the points, whether it's a stoppage or not. It's just
yes,
just a win. Yeah.
I don't have the conviction regarding whether it ends early or whether, but I'm riding with Joshua, and I think Zhang will stop Parker tonight. I think too many people got a little too high on the Wilder victory. I'm not saying it's not a good win for him, but Wilder was woeful that night. Joe Joyce utterly dominated Parker a couple of years ago. You know, and he's more robotic and slower than Zhilei Zhang. So I believe Zhang will take care of business. I think he'll stop him.
You think Zhang is going to come out aggressively in this fight?
I don't want to talk about it too much because we've got the Nick Ball coming into the ring shortly. He just wanted my predictions. He's going to make his.
Mine is Parker beats Zhang and probably a stoppage late. Or a knockout late. And I think Joshua destroys Ngannou.
Spartan says he certainly should do, or anything other than that, and he needs to rethink his career choice. It would be disastrous for him, I feel.
I think everyone's too high on Ngannou. I think Ngannou, in his finest hour, up for the biggest night of his life, got beat, and I watched the fight again. He got well beat. It wasn't even close. When you actually scored the rounds, first two rounds, he didn't touch Fury. Fury just dominated. Then he got knocked down in the third, so I'll give him a 2-point round.
Which I called perfectly. Remember, you do want to add that to your soliloquy.
Yeah.
What?
You want to add to your soliloquy that your man Silk called the knockdown. You know that.
Yeah.
I think this was the greatest moment of his life, Gary. I really, we got to like birth of a child.
Why do you say
when
that?
He won the British title.
Look, I mean, I actually did say he was going to knock Fury down early, but Fury was going to get up in the decision. So why not?
I remember you said it. Yes.
Why does Ben have a problem acknowledging that? You shouldn't have a hard time with that.
He has issues with you. We know this, but that's another.
Yeah.
It's from years of watching you.
He always wanted to be Silk. He took Sugar as an option, a second option.
Silk is like a refined Sugar, as we know. Anyway,
emphasis on the fine.
Back to my prediction. So I think Parker is the most improved heavyweight. I think after the Joe Joyce fight, I think he came on and on and on. I think it's a lot to do with Andy Lee and the guys around him. I think he found himself finally, and he's a late bloomer. And so I think he'll be sharp. I think he'll be very slick and move. And I think Zhang will gas. But I think I think Parker mid to late, all points. But I've got a funny feeling he's going to surprise everyone again. And then I think Joshua does a number on Ngannou. I really think Ngannou is overrated due to a terrible Fury and just a bad night. And I think anyway, that's my humble opinion.
Spartan.
We've got Nick Ball making his ring walk now. If you turn your eyes to the screen, fellas. Silk's like me. He's going to be looking up because my TV's kind of mounted, and Silk's is the same, I can tell. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at the screen, then we're going to be looking up to watch the fights. That's going to be fun. Nick Ball making his ring walk now. WBC featherweight title fight, this, boys. I realise it's hard to keep track of all the world title fights and champions and challenges these days, but this is a title fight. And Nick Ball, Scouser, by the way, Michael, from your neck of the woods.
Okay.
And mine, I suppose.
What did you think of the size difference, Ben? It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
The height was short. I mean, the height was absolutely
ridiculous.
Which fight are you talking about?
The one that's in the ring, Michael.
Oh, the height difference in this one right here.
Yeah, but the opponent hasn't got there yet, so you can't really make that judgment.
You've never seen a size difference. I don't think I've ever seen a height difference as big in any fight.
Oh, really? So which one is?
Looked like no matter how good the little guy is, he couldn't reach the big guy. But it's going to be a very interesting fight because if he's just got to be on top of him all night because he's so big compared with him.
Check out this ring walk; it looks biblical.
Yeah, well, he's got the whole religious thing going on. He's got a walking stick or a cane or a. Oh, I see. He's a shepherd. So he's shepherding in the sheep.
Height difference like Hearns Duran, says Saj Ali.
Oh, okay.
Well, you think that's an overrated or spurious advantage anyway, right, Silk?
Yeah, there's
that cane on the way out.
When it comes to
I eat that cane on the way out.
If a man isn't trained to get inside and deal with reach, he's not going to be able to, and it'll be an advantage. But it can also be a disadvantage to the taller fighter if the shorter fighter knows what he's doing.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I've never heard those words before.
No, but but you're right though. I mean, certainly to give you a classic example, the kind of young Mike Tyson was very adept at fighting taller guys and seemed to consider it advantageous to himself that when he had a big tall guy with a jab in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
So they have Bali advantage on this, 58 to 41% of the people there. So have you seen Vargas fight before?
Do you know, I've seen one of his fights before, yeah.
And what do you think?
He's a solid fighter, but the thing is, I think because the World Championship scene has become diluted over the years, you get more guys who are just simply very good fighters as opposed to exceptional fighters who are wearing world titles these days. And I don't recall him making a huge impression on me. Ball, it's funny, isn't it? Ball's physique, he looks strong, but he doesn't look shredded, does he? Do you know what I mean? There isn't much definition there. He just looks kind of chunky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm looking at him and no, he's not physically impressive, but let's see what he does.
It's a little strange just sitting on the ropes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, he's sitting on the ropes. Yeah, he's laid back. He's pretty calm. Doesn't look like he has a sweat up, and that's always a problem. No. Whenever you see a guy, chilling that much, if you definitely take it to him early, they feel it. They feel it absolutely different when you hit somebody cold. It is a real thing. People may not understand that.
Fellas, do you remember when they used to sit on the stool calmly and get gloved up back in the Joe Louis era?
Uh-huh.
That doesn't seem like a very good idea, does it?
No, it doesn't. But I don't quite understand the scenario back then anyway, because there's a lot of things they used to do. They used to walk over to the tray and rub their feet in the resin.
Resin, yeah.
Yeah, resin, and then come back to their corners and that's actually where they started, the referee, when you get knocked down or if you fell, they'd rub their glove on their shirt because
wipe your gloves. Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't want to get
referees are still doing it today for no reason. Just
for no reason at all.
Yeah, man.
It's like a ritual. It's one of those ghostly rituals.
Can I say early doors, even before the fight started, isn't this fun? It feels like a bit less pressure than a podcast where we have to create the whole event. And we have to be on. This feels like just hanging out with, watching the fight. So I like this watch along thing. What do you think, Gary?
I never feel pressured because I normally just leave it to you, Ben.
Yeah.
Me and Michael just let you run it, and we just comment now and again with a bit of fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ben kind of keeps us together and tries to keep us on track, doesn't he? Normally.
Yeah.
this is kind of interesting. I like the poncho. I like the Mexican flavor he's got. You know what I mean? Oh, he's the WBC champion as well. Okay.
No, he is the WBC champion. That is who holds the title going into this
36-1 is not a bad record, is it? And he moved up to fight for another weight and lost his last fight.
Yeah, that's right.
He lost his last fight, this kid.
But he moved up a weight to try and get another world title.
Yeah.
But isn't he the champion coming into this?
Yeah.
Yes, because that's basic, right? He moved up and tried to win a title at higher weight, lost. He's still a featherweight champ.
Oh, I see. He came back down to featherweight. Okay. Well, you didn't explain that clearly.
Wait till you see the height difference now, Silk.
You're going to have to explain it to him. He can't just watch it. You're going to have to break down the inches to him.
He's very worried about inches, Michael.
Yeah.
Listen.
Watch this, Mike. Watch this.
It's going to be Mutt and Jeff, I think they say in the States.
Look at that.
Mutt and Jeff, they said that 40 years ago.
Look at that.
Can't even fit in the same frame, can they?
Wow.
No.
That's significant. But you know what? But look at his arm. His arm can't reach him. Right?
No, he's really getting close on this.
I mean, it all depends on this kid's skill level. You know what I mean? And if he goes in with this looking at it as a disadvantage. If he goes in looking at it as a disadvantage, it will be. But if he's fighting the right fight, he'll have a field day. He could. Nice. He's fainting, coming out. That's great. Yeah. He's probing with that jab. It's a sharp jab. Look at that. See, he touched him already. There's no problem there.
What Ball? Yeah, the short guy.
Yeah.
Okay. You got Ball in the black and Vargas in the white and gold. Okay, Silk?
Yeah.
He landed a jab there. So look at that jab he's landing. Short jab, Michael.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. This kid's got some good hands.
Yeah.
Right away. And he's taking that, quick step in, quick step out.
Hit with a jumping jab again.
Yeah, and he's feinting a lot, which is important. You don't want a man to track your you don't want him to have knowledge of your I guess your fight plan, not flight plan, but flight plan.
Flight plan. Miss there with a straight left, kind of jumping straight left Ball.
Yeah. See, what I don't like is when guys do that, when they wrap their hands up over their head, both hands up, and they they give you license to let your hands go. And I don't know why Vargas doesn't take advantage of that, even if it's just 2-3 punches. Bop, bop, bop.
Would you touch him upstairs and then finish to the body or something like that?
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's always nice. You can go around those earmuffs. You know what I mean? You can catch him on the side of the head. You could, well, he's doing it now, and he keeps his hands up high. And what happens with there's a nice move to get inside. But what happens when they have their hands up high? A lot of guys that are shorter, their arms are short, so their body's exposed.
Yeah.
And you can go down there. A lot of people say, you don't want to go down to a short guy's body, and that's the thing. You need to get out of those, that thought process. It's more or less, everything is open, everything is on the table every time you fight anybody.
Another misleading cliche, huh?
There's so many of them, Ben. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think Nick, but see, he's throwing long left hooks to the body. Vargas, the champion.
Yeah.
And again, that was a left hook to the body, then a right hand to the head. But it looks to me like Ball has imposed himself the better in this first round.
Yeah, he's he's giving him a little bit too much momentum right now. Double jab, right hook to the head, and then he's stepping back out.
Does anybody speak whatever language this is? The last comment.
What languages? Oh, he said, I love this program, Silk. I love your eye patch. And you are the man. Oh, okay. That's really nice. Thank you, Agent.
Someone just said Gary's audio isn't coming through. He hasn't said anything. So,
That was a good round. Who did you give that round to?
I think Ball nicked that round.
What do you think,
What's
Gary?
going on?
What do you think, Gary?
He's lost the audio.
Gary.
No, you can't hear you, Gary.
You have to go out and then come back. Out, back. There you go. See, it's just sign language, Ben. That's all it is.
Yeah. This is kind of cool, but yeah, it'd be good if he can get back in and be audible. I just thought he wasn't saying anything. I didn't realize he was probably trying to talk for half of that round.
I think I hit the mute button by accident.
What, you muted him?
Yeah. It's nice. So he comes out again, probing with the jab, keeping him busy. Nice overhand.
Yeah. Here comes Gary again. Sorry about that, guys.
I think he's done a great job in terms of cutting down the distance in between them.
It's not taking him long, is it?
Yeah, hear you. We hear you.
Did you miss me?
Blind.
Badly.
Actually, we missed you half blind.
You only half missed me, Michael.
I missed you like he missed Frank Tate.
Yeah. Ben, how come you have the worst jokes? We're going to work on your comedic timing here and the delivery. And
you just don't like being the butt.
And the content of your joke, too. No, it's all good. We're having fun. See, this right here, if I were a referee, as soon as I give a fighter like 2 warnings, and then I'd be taking points for holding. I don't care.
You can't keep talking to him about it. And look, Ball is kind of all over him at this point, Michael. In the second round, he is forcing the fight and imposing himself and fighting the fight he wants to fight at the moment.
Yeah, but is it effective aggressiveness? I'm not sure. Like he's going forward, but is he outscoring? You know what I mean? He's still not hitting
That's a good question.
To the head.
But look at this. He's throwing him around like a rag doll.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? This isn't Greco-Roman wrestling. This is boxing. So only the knuckles on the face or body is what counts.
Absolutely. There's a double jab backhand from Vargas. Missing with the right hand. There's a screw shot.
I mean, the way you use your reach as an advantage to guys who don't know how to counter your reach is kind of do what he's doing right now. I mean, punch at range and give ground when he comes in trying to get his own, and then make him pay on the way in. And it's a very, very busy schedule, right? It's very, very active. Yep. So my man's going to have to be in really good shape, but Ball's going to have to reach for him a lot like that. He's quick.
You see how he goes into a southpaw stance when he's cutting a ring off sometimes, Ball.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
He'll do it again.
But sometimes he doesn't go into southpaw. It's just like you just want to get there as quick as possible, and the quickest way to do that.
He just did it then and threw a left hand. You see that?
No.
Oh. Someone help me out here.
Yeah, I don't know if he went southpaw on purpose is really what I'm saying.
No, he did. He does a switch at times.
Yeah, he did. Trust me. As
if I get it wrong. He throws the right hand and follows it to go southpaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is that gets him in faster. But I don't know if it's the intent for him to go southpaw. It's just the fact that the move that he does gets him to this target faster.
I don't think it makes a difference. That's what he's doing. I think he has studied somewhat in it.
Really, you think so?
Yeah.
So you think he turned southpaw? Did he punch from the southpaw stance?
Yeah, he threw a straight left. He switched, didn't he, Gary? And then threw a straight southpaw left instead of a.
Anger bout. You blowing his nose.
Let's hope, but
would you rather be drivel?
Sarge Ali said, "Are you hearing Barry Jones's commentary?" No, we're not, because we're not allowed to have the commentary on Sarge.
What's he saying, Sarge?
Something Welsh.
Like, does it have Raquel before it?
That you'd be talking in that instance. That would get it out the doldrums quite considerably if Raquel was attached to Welch. Throws him down there.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Timeout, says the referee.
Yeah,
Warning for it. Point off. Point off.
Yes. He's definitely going to give him a warning. Next time he's going to take a point. Yeah, he delayed. That delay, that was a nice counter, an effort with that left hook, but he was just a little late with it. Nice step in jab. That's good. Now, if he comes in and he gets a little bit offline, right? Like if he gets his head over to the side, like off his legs, off his shoulders, off his hips, he's going to do better. But he's just sitting at the end of the punches right now. One move and he has to go. It's like one move. He has to make one move and then punch. He can't wait. There you go.
This sort of combination there. Ball. There's blocks the body shot from Vargas.
Yes, nice work by both of them. They both have the ability to let their hands go easily. So, I love seeing that about professional boxers. They don't have the hesitations. Or professional boxers who don't have the hesitation. I really admire them. Sometimes you get caught up in the thought process. You know what I mean? It's just too much. I don't know how many times this man's going to hit the canvas without being hit. This is the third or fourth time that was?
Yeah. Most times I ever see a guy go down without actually being hit. And he was knocked down legitimately as well. But Lloyd Honeyghan versus Mark Breland, he spent so much time on the deck from being pushed over in the 3 rounds it lasted.
Wow. Was Mark leaning on him?
Say again?
Was Mark leaning on him?
No, not really. He was just throwing punches at him, and pushing him around a little bit. And when a guy holds and you try to get free so you can do your work.
Yeah, Honeyghan seemed like pretty listless, if I remember, in that fight. I don't know why.
It was dreadful, Silk. It was like he just shot overnight. He had no legs whatsoever. Because that fight, him and Mark Breland would have been a live fight back in a couple of years earlier, 1987. But by the time it came about in 1991, I believe, he was gone.
Yeah.
Here comes Ball.
Yeah.
He's being elusive, Vargas, but I don't know if he's doing enough work. I mean, as you know, some people sit on that kind of champion's privilege kind of axiom a little bit. Yeah. But
I see him with a slight advantage myself over Ball right now. He's letting his hands go more, and he's kind of making contacts. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Yeah.
So you see who is in the lead too?
I see Vargas in the lead right now. Yeah, ever so slightly. Yeah, I absolutely do. He's letting his hands go a little bit more. His combinations, I think, are cleaner. I like them. I like the arcs and I like the straight punches. He's turning his hands over a little bit. Whereas I don't know, sometimes like when you lock those wrists up, you lose the detail of the punch and you also lose the accuracy. It's so important. Dexterity is the most important things.
For when Zhang and Parker starts, can we actually do scorecards for that one? I mean, we may not need them, but
sure, yeah.
We'll just go round by round, each one who wins what, right?
Yeah. I'm going to get a pen for that.
You want
Look how small he looks. Look how small he looks in that shot. It's like a dwarf, isn't it? Like a freak show.
It's a bit what I like about him and why he's so good with his feet. You see, look at his back foot. Look at how he's back up on the heel. You know what I mean? Like he gets his heel up off the ground, and that allows him to like the agility that you need. Like you can't do it flat-footed.
Yeah.
You need to get up on the ball of that back foot. Use your front foot as your foundation, and use your back foot as your rudder. That allows you to get in and out. Lower body reflexes are so important. Nice. You got that.
Nice couple of left hooks from Vargas.
Yeah. And
I mean, Ball was being aggressive, but like you say, Michael, the question is how effective is his aggression so far as we enter the first
It's
third?
funny, neither one of them are using their advantage that much. You know, they're both. It's like a very awkward. You would think the Vargas would keep it long, stiff jab and work off of the jab. He's not really doing that. And then Ball is just. Neither one is kind of using their advantage. It's just awkwardly awkward at the minute.
Now he's starting to find the target, Vargas, a bit.
Yeah.
Touched him with a jab, then a right hand there.
Yeah, I thought he found it earlier myself.
Maybe so. I mean, perhaps you were calling it a little earlier.
I think what Ball has to do is like give him misdirections, like the overhand right, and he keeps trying to go to the head. It's like once he goes to the head once, twice, immediately bring your third shot down to the body.
Like he did there, the right hook.
Well, he did. He started there, but I'm saying is to go to the head and then drop it to the body. Sometimes some shots are like cover fire. You know what I mean?
I'd like to see Vargas. Have you ever seen when you throw the jab from the hip and you throw it upwards, Michael? When he has that Ball has this hands in stance, you throw a jab from the hip and he's blind. Then you know,
Yeah.
And then as the jab hand comes back and the hands come down, the right hand hits him from nowhere. It's like
the up jab, some people call it.
Yeah, from the hip up.
Yeah.
See, he has
3 left hooks in a row.
Yeah, Ball has to convince Vargas that he doesn't have a height advantage because Vargas thinks he should be superior, and he has to undo that superiority, that mindset. Like everyone leading up to the fight, everybody said, "You're taller than him. He's so short. You're tall." So he goes in there with that confidence, like, "Hey, I'm taller than this guy. I should be. You know what I mean? I should be beating him down."
He started to find a range and sort of put his hands on him more, but he was clipped with a left hook, reprisal there from Ball at the bell. I've just had a message from Andy Watts, who's kind of a kind of another unofficial member of the team, and he said that the watch along is working great in his opinion. So it's good to know.
All right,
that's because I keep vanishing.
Yeah, you're the amazing.
I had someone call me, and I would have thought it would not be allowed to come on, you know.
You can disable phone calls with your settings. There's Zhang on the pads. What do you reckon? How's he looking to you guys?
Yeah, he looks like 11-3 to me.
He looks 11-3.
Yeah, that's going to be my record after the fight.
Oh yeah. I'm with it. Okay, I'm with it. Yeah, we're going to score that one because I've wanted to score a fight with Silk for a long time now because we've had these debates about exactly what it's all about in the recent months. 5th round.
5th round.
So it's pretty much Vargas, right?
Huh?
I missed a couple of rounds. Is Vargas ahead? Yeah.
We feel he is at this point.
I figure Vargas is ahead. You know, some rounds have been really close, but I haven't not given Vargas a round.
I thought he lost the first round, Silk, but that's about it.
He's not necessarily what we call. Yeah, I mean that was beautiful. 2 left uppercuts.
But they didn't land. But it was nice. It was nice work.
They didn't, but it was a nice. Yeah, it was good handwork.
Nice execution.
Yes.
Nice uppercut to the body there.
There goes a right hook to the body.
Yeah.
From the champion Vargas.
Oh, nice
2 hooks
left
to the body.
It's ironic the taller man's hitting him with the body shot, huh?
Yeah, and he hit with a big left hook as he come in there. He is starting to get a little ragged, Nick Ball, now. In his, not desperation, but desire to change something in this fight, the pattern of the fight.
Because you know what he's doing? He's just trying to, he's not working his way in. He's trying to jump in, you know?
Yeah.
You've got to work your way in. You've got to, you know, calculation. This is just jumping in.
I think he's starting to realise that he's probably behind Gary and that he's going to have to do something better than what he's done so far, which may make him a little bit more desperate and get you off such a game plan that you had.
Yeah.
He needs a little bit more fistic diversity. He's being predictable. Every time he gets into a range, you know what I mean? That's when he does something. He doesn't do anything from the outside. And he'd be better off like timing this guy's hands, Vargas's hands.
Yeah.
And when he throws, catch it and then fire, because he's going to be there for that. Look, like just there, they just exchanged. As soon as he catches, if he throws that left hook to the body, you have to come back with the left hook to his head. He's open for that. As soon as a man touches you, you know he's in range, and then you got to let it go. But
I think he's going to throw a wild swing in a minute and catch Vargas right at the end of the chin.
So is that your prediction, Gary? Because I'm feeling like the ball may be about to unravel in a few rounds, and maybe.
I've got a feeling Ball's going to catch him right but it won't be skill. It'll be a lucky shot like that right hand.
And I think it's going to stay middle of the road. So
you don't believe in lucky shots exactly though, do you, Gary?
Well, I believe the way he's throwing shots like that, he's not working for it. He's just, like you say, a little desperate. But I think if you throw enough of them, one might land. As long
Hail
as
Mary.
Yeah, I think it's a bit
full of grace.
That was an interesting round.
It depends how long Vargas can remain composed and if he's got the engine, because he is under constant pressure, which is tiring. But
when you say constant pressure, do you mean psychological pressure or physical?
No, he means physical.
Physically, because he's constantly backing up. He's constantly, when people swing and are crazy, you've got to be on the ball a bit because you can get caught. And the problem with these crazy swings is they're so unorthodox. You can't really defend that well. If you get unlucky and someone hits you, so you mentally affects you and also physically. But like if he kept the middle of the ring like Tommy Hearns and threw that long stiff jab and breathe, he would have a better time. But he's a little. It's a little pressured constantly, and it does take its toll after round. But
I think what happens with Ball, he's not changing his range. He's not changing his level a lot, and he's not slipping. Like lateral slips will shorten Vargas's reach. And when Vargas throws, if he did this and got to the side, he shortens his reach. The punch will go past him, and then he's there, and he's naturally open for the counter. But he's not doing that.
Just touch the canvas again there, Vargas. You said it's almost like a record for the amount of touchdowns he's had here, Michael. Considering he hasn't.
It's tiring, It is tiring, that when you're constantly up and down.
I mean, you're right, Gary. He's on his toes now, and he's constantly circling and changing directions. And like you say, it's more tiring than if you just step in and slide in and dictate it from ring center, like you said about Tommy Hearns' kind of predatory style.
He doesn't have control, neither one, and so it's stressful. And that stress does take its toll sometimes when you don't have a constant composure.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is better from Ball.
Yeah. Ball is he senses the opportunity now.
Yeah.
He senses it's changed. He feels like Vargas is weaker.
Calls him on now, Vargas. Come on. Then throws a left hook to the body.
Yeah, he said he wants to do it right here, but
Ball's trying to throw that jab to the chest and then a loop in right hand.
Ooh, nice combination by Vargas. You see how
sixth round.
Again, you see how Ball, like he's one shot he hits, one shot he's at range, and then the second shot he's too close. That's crazy.
Yeah, smothering his work, right?
Yeah, his range. He doesn't understand where his core should be in comparison to his opponent's core. That's the measurement. It's not the head, because the head can change depth and height, width, all the rest of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you can't judge that. You have to judge by a guy's core, his middle, his distance to yours. It's not even his feet, because his feet could be close feet could be far, all the rest of that kind of stuff. Is where his center is. The center of balance is where you judge it. And he's not doing a good job of that right now.
Not a great fight to watch, in my opinion.
No, it's not really, Gary. It's I think Ball's obviously got his game plan. He's going to try and out hustle him. He's going to be all over him. He's aggression, and he wants to win by a stoppage. But I think, like you said earlier, both of them could probably be making better use of their particular attributes at this stage. There's Turkey El Al Sheikh with
he's very pro
Tyson Fury, Frank Warren, and Tyson Fury. What do you think of Tyson's suit, Silk?
Well, I mean, he's sitting like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, I just
There's
got
Turkey.
Yeah, no, he's it's really interesting because I think with the Ngannou fight, I really do believe that that Fury was intimidated. He was actually intimidated by Ngannou, and that's one of the reasons why, he didn't perform as well. He physically didn't feel he was didn't have that feeling. When a champ has that superior edge, he never applied himself. He never went forward. And although, Gary, I know you said that he won the fight clearly, he didn't establish. I don't think he didn't establish his dominance in that ring, especially not the way a boxer should over a MMA guy.
But and I'm not saying this because I'm Tyson Fury fan. I mean, I am a Tyson Fury fan. I love Fury. I think he's great for the game. But I think that Ngannou got plaudits because it was so shocking that he was in the game. It was. I think people were more surprised that he actually was in the fight. So I think he got more points in people's minds because he didn't get completely scrambled. But if you actually watch the round by round, there's never really a round that he wins.
Oh yeah, he didn't let his hands go.
Except the one when he dropped him, and that and that was not even a great shot, was it? But
that was what I called that, if you remember.
Yeah,
you called it, yes, but yes, that was the only exciting thing in the fight.
I said he's going to knock Fury down, but Fury will win the decision. That's what
we need to go to Vegas with you, so and play the slots. He called him. I told you he's going to catch him with a wild swing.
Yeah, he hurt him with that shot. He's
hurt. He is hurt.
But then, there's two wild left hooks to the body, and then he touches down again.
Well, he's got 4 rounds to. Wow, you still got to get out of this round. He's still got 60 seconds in this round.
Yeah.
That pressure is paying off.
Yeah.
Gary said it was. And now he looks on doddery legs there, Vargas.
I think it's Vargas, Sugar.
What you mean? Look, Vargas instead of Vargas.
Yeah, calling him a little bit too long on the S's, you know what I mean?
Vargas shouldn't be.
Oh, good body shot. He hurt him to the body. He definitely hurt him to the body right there.
Come back strong.
He folded a little bit.
Good round.
Yeah. I don't know, Sugar. This is a good fight. I don't know what you.
Becoming a good fight. He's turning into the wrecking ball.
Yeah. No, this is a great round, though. Look at that.
This is what he needs to do. He needs to do this. This is how he has to win the
push
fight.
him there with the open glove in the face. Oh, that was a cracking round. Both, and there we got the afters as well. And the referee has to separate them at the bell. This fight has caught fire, gentlemen.
Now we have a fight.
Yeah.
I think it was a fight from the get-go. It's been a good match from the bell, I think.
Come on, ball, says Andy Watts.
Huh? Come on, ball. There you go. There's that. That was a good timed shot, not a crazy swing actually. But
look at that overhand right.
Oh, that would have took him out, but he just missed.
And he stepped right over with that overhand right as
He
well.
definitely hit him. He definitely hit him with that overhand right.
Look at that. He almost ran in then. He timed that. Look. Boom.
His legs are not really considering.
Here you go. Beautiful angle.
Yeah.
That was a forearm shot.
No, he hit him with the fist, but he knew it was. It's interesting how, like, sometimes when you ever had that happen to you guys, when somebody feints you and you actually have two hands out, and you know you're going to get hit before you get hit because two hands are out, and you didn't mean to do that. You only one is supposed to go out.
My ex-girlfriend did that to me.
What I'm hearing.
Hence why she's the next, right?
What I'm hearing is that we're 30 seconds thereabouts behind the stream, which is not the end of the world. Andy said it's good, it's enjoyable, but we're probably 30 seconds behind the. I guess the legitimate broadcast.
Well, I know Gary's a little ahead of us.
Yeah,
Gary's a little ahead of us, but
because he saw things before we could see them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So the fight's turned around somewhat.
Yes.
Now it's the hunter versus the hunted.
Well, I guess it was always that kind of narrative in the fight, but it's actually paying off now.
Well, yeah. Ball sees himself as having an opportunity to do something, and so it's incenting him to go a little bit harder, because I think he was kind of like, the wind was going out of his sails, it seemed. And then, with that one punch landed, and it just...
He must have been down 50 times, this guy, in this fight so far.
He's been down a few times for one reason or another. And yeah.
At least 10.
Yeah. I would say it was reminding me of Hunnigan Breland at one point.
It's a tiring thing to keep getting off the floor for either, psychologically bad too.
I didn't realize you had a great deal of experience of that, Gary, to be fair, but
I didn't.
You just emphasize.
I never got up.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with what's happening with Ball. When he throws after he throws the left, he throws the right, and it's almost like a man
down again.
A man doesn't even have to work to get out of the way.
Yeah.
What you got to do, sometimes you double up on the left. You know what I mean?
See, that gentleman was a punch, and then he fell over. It wasn't like a knockdown, but he definitely landed a left hook, or so it seemed to me.
I didn't see it that way. Nice left uppercut.
Now, Michael, are they going to score on the constant pressing forward or not?
I mean, I think now you'd have to say this is more effective, aggressive.
Oh, that's a knockdown. That is a knockdown, and the referee's counting.
No, but you know what? It came off the push, though. It really shouldn't have been a knockdown. That's not a knockdown. I think the ref did that incorrect.
It's interesting because you thought Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron was a knockdown when that was so spurious when the girl just kind of pushed her and it underneath the like the breastbone or something. But let's not get into that again. But it's interesting you say that. So.
Oh wow,
who is furious?
Huh?
Who is furious?
Look at this, the left hook at the end of it. Watch.
Yeah.
Now watch.
Yeah, but he'd already
furious. Not furious.
He said he already threw him off balance. He
was already going down.
Look, he threw him, and now he's pulled his head and he's pulling back.
Yeah.
That's not really
debatable.
It's
debatable for sure.
That's not a knockdown.
But he's going to win the round, didn't he? By the 2-point margin, he's going to get it.
Yeah. Look. That's not a knockdown.
He hit him afterwards, but he'd already pushed him over.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So I wonder how they have the fight poised at this point as we head into round 9.
I'd say even.
I wonder.
Yeah, I'd still have Vargas a little bit ahead.
As you say, Silk, ultimately, you don't know if you would or not because we're not scoring, but we're going to score the next fight.
But if you're talking about like what you're feeling, what we're feeling right
Yeah,
now.
but I'm done with that. I'm trying. I can't seem to get you to understand that the only real way is to score round by round. But let's just practice what we preach in the next fight.
Not if you trust your instincts.
No, that is bollocks. I've told you that before. But go on.
Yeah, okay, for you it's bollocks, but for me it's not. I can trust my instincts. You don't have to trust
me. Know round by round.
Gary, imagine a judge who sits there and turns in a winner saying, I haven't scored it like the rest of them, sorry. I'm so good at this, I trust my instincts, baby. Can you imagine? He'd be fired in a heartbeat, and rightly so.
No, but what if he told it right? What if he was right, too?
What do you mean, what if he was right? We're scoring the next one round by round, and we shall see.
Okay, well, don't forget what
Michael would hand the card in with nothing written at all.
Yeah, he just knows, because he's the silk, man.
And he would just have a name at the bottom.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys.
Trust me.
Don't forget, I'm leading in the competition, right? Like I called the fights, I called the winners.
Yeah, you did.
No,
my ex-girlfriend went on a really good run once, and she doesn't know fuck all about boxing, but she seems to keep getting it right.
What's the scores, Ben? Right now, he's not ahead of me, is he?
Yes, he is. He has been for a while. That's why he's got that caption.
No, I missed a couple of fights.
Sure, but
listen,
he is 9-3. You are 9-4.
Okay, I'll be 11-4 today.
You've got two predictions, Gary.
Yeah, 11-4, 9-4 to 11-4.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Michael.
Sorry, he's 10-4, not you.
Michael will be 10-4 because one of his predictions is wrong. And Ben, you're not in the game, really.
Listen,
nice left hook from Ball.
Can I tell you something? You Stretch. You cannot deny the Big Bang. The Big Bang is more than a theory.
Had too many takeaways.
The Big Bang is more than a theory. It's a real thing.
They're not called takeaways if you're Chinese. They're called have at homes.
No. He's been having McDonald's.
Okay.
190 pounds.
Come on, Gary. He didn't look fat at all.
190 pounds. It's ridiculous for him.
291. Try.
291 is too heavy.
190. Oh my God, that would be insane. You see, he's now Ball's aggressive, but it's not really effective aggressiveness. He's suffocating himself when he gets close. You can't do that.
Good to see Glenn Bradley tuned in from Saigon.
Hey, what's up, Glenn? Saigon, love it.
Yeah.
We're doing this internationally today. This is great.
We had to do it. We had to do it ourselves because Sai's gone.
Oh,
he looks cool and he looks like an angel, though, doesn't he?
And he's got the Under Armour on. I know. Is Under Armour still a thing?
He's sponsored by them, Silk. Yeah.
Oh, they're big in England.
I guess so. Yeah. You see a lot of people wearing it here in the gym and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it not such a thing in the States anymore?
Yeah, I don't really see it so much. They were making a big, on American football, they're making a big inroads there, but it never continued, I don't think.
Yeah, AJ's been wearing that brand for a while. Some people still haven't forgiven Joshua in this country for what is supposedly racist remarks back in the BLM demonstrations.
Oh, what did he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
He read out a speech written by somebody else, and in it he said, "Don't buy their goods. Don't go in their shops, and don't buy their consumer goods.
Don't buy Under Armour's goods."
No, obviously not. Well, that was the irony. He was supposedly the white power structure, man. But it was a very, very confused statement, and people were saying, "Who's they?" Basically it was taken to mean don't shop in white shops, only shop in black shops. But it wasn't as simple as that.
Yeah, it never is, unfortunately. And yeah. Well, anyway, we're not a politically based show. We'll keep it pugilism for now.
I don't think he's a racist. I think he's a good man.
Yeah.
Me too, Gary. To be honest, the people who buy into that narrative tend to be those right-wing dickheads. Your typical black cab driver stereotype. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I think he's been an example to being a good. The only one mistake he made, I believe, is after the Fury loss, he lost his mind a bit. But
Usyk.
Usyk, I can understand it, but he was really kind of. I think he was really, he put so much into it, and
he was emotional. He was
very
emotional.
emotional. Anyone can have a day like that. So, but other than that, he's had years of just consistent, exemplary behavior.
Exemplary behaviour, yeah. And he
kids
gets
to
such a lot of stick, Gary.
And he shouldn't, because he's a great man and a class act and a great athlete and a dedicated champion. He doesn't need to do it anymore. And I'm a fan.
Back to the ring. Ball is continuing to exert that pressure. And I think he might be
slightly ahead now.
You never know what the judges are making of this, guys. They might prefer Ball's aggression.
Now that they call like round 11 and round 12 the championship rounds, I can't even understand. I can't comprehend that. But
the championship rounds got abolished
These next two rounds are the ones that take it. It's very important. And Ball seems to have a head of steam going into it. I think he has the ability to take it up. Wow, he has the ability to take it up another level, another notch.
Who, Ball?
Yeah, Ball does. I don't think Vargas has a higher gear than what he's showing right now, but I think Ball does. And I think emotionally he's going to respond. Were
you saying
that
the championship rounds are obsolete nowadays because they don't have the 13th, 14th, and 15th?
13, 14, 15. Those are championship rounds.
Agreed. And you've actually done that distance, that places you in a pretty rarefied group of people who are still involved in the game and visible.
Mm-hmm.
Because most fighters, you're relatively young for a fighter who went 15 rounds. You were the last of your era that actually had the pleasure of that, if you call it a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. I mean, certain things like they set you apart from other people, and that's what you want as a fighter. That's what you want as an athlete, and especially a professional athlete. You know what I mean? You need to be in that rarefied space. And that's what's beautiful about the sport. And that's when people look at you with respect. And then you start bringing it down to the level that, well, pretty much everyone can do it. Then it takes the luster away from the sport, I believe.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good body shot, but he didn't he reacted. I don't know if he was off balance. I don't know why he reacted like that. It wasn't that powerful.
It looked like he half locked it with his elbow, but he definitely showed some discomfort there.
Yeah, I think maybe he was rocking back. His momentum was going back anyway, and he just got hit with the shot.
This is round 11. Can we ask you guys who are tuning into the stream what the commentary is saying, whether you're watching it in America or in the UK, what opinion the commentators have about who's winning this fight? Not that we defer to them in any way. It would just be interesting to know that. Oh, there we go. Barry Jones' scorecard. He has Vargas a point ahead.
Yeah, that's what I called, right?
Yes. I believe it's another example where it all comes back to you being some kind of veritable sage.
Yeah.
But here comes Ball. He's really coming on in the 11th round as well. And some of those shots are landing.
Yep. And I said that too, right?
You did, yeah.
Okay, all right.
You always seem to have one eye on the action.
He's funny.
Yeah. This is a good round for Ball.
Yeah, absolutely. He's making the effort. He's trying.
And like you say, he looks perfectly conditioned for a 12-round fight, Michael. He doesn't look like he looks like he's going for a little jog.
Yeah.
The other guy looks tired, like he's been 11 rounds.
Yeah.
Ball doesn't really betray that he's been 2, 3, 6 rounds or whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't have he doesn't have that extra gear. You got to have overdrive when you fight for the title. The last thing that should happen to you is you get tired in a title fight or in any. The one thing you can prevent in boxing, you take advantage of that, and that's getting tired. If you get tired in a fight, that's not on your opponent. It's on you. It's your own right. Or your trainer didn't do the right job, because
I remember Mike Tyson saying as well, he said, if you can do 12, you can do 15. And if you can do 15, you can do 20, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Not that Mike ever did 15, as it happened.
Yeah, like emotionally. I don't know what Vargas's guys said to him in his corner, but they haven't been giving him the right advice.
Oh,
That was a knockdown.
That was a knockdown.
Are
And
you
this is going to make a big difference,
I think it
guys.
was I think it was a trip. Those knockdowns
But that means he's got 2 2-point rounds, which is 4 rounds. And if he's won 2 other rounds, is at least even.
Yeah, I don't think that was a knockdown.
I think it was 100% was.
Take a look at the replay.
100% was a knockdown.
Yeah.
they call it one.
Okay, you watch.
They called it a knockdown. Yeah.
It was a knockdown. He counted him.
So he just won that round. But
Yeah. He
Let's have a
won.
look at the replay.
Well, he
100%.
If you automatically give that round to Ball because he won it, because he knocked you down by 2, then you
It
can
was
give
100% knockdown. Watch.
We're going to watch this replay in a minute.
Boom. Watch.
Here we go again.
Watch.
Left hook. Right hand coming.
Boom. Right hand.
He's stepping back. It's another left.
Watch. Right hand. Watch. Bang.
No, he
Right
took
there.
his foot. He got his foot.
You know what, Michael? It's amazing that you argued for the Katie Taylor, Chantal Cameron knockdown, but you won't have that.
What?
That is
Crap.
amazing. Do you remember the one I'm
Did
talking
you
about,
not
Gary?
see his feet? I mean, did you not look at his feet? Look at the man. They're
He's just
showing up.
argumentative.
You didn't see his left foot? His
That's
left
what
foot.
So
it-
unless
that-
someone was on perfect balance and they get hit, it doesn't count as a knockdown.
That's winning the fight because he's got 2 2-point rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. This again, like I called it.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's winning the fight now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only got to win this round. And I think with the momentum, he is likely to win this round. Fair play.
He's going to stop him now.
Nah, he ain't stopping anybody. But he's
I don't think so either.
definitely gonna win. He's definitely gonna win this. As long as he doesn't get,
Trust Uncle Gary.
If he calls it and he actually stops him, that'll be quite impressive.
he's trying to. He's looking for one punch now, which doesn't make sense. Just continue to do what you were doing. Do what works. Stop trying to shift up. You got 1 round left. Get busy. He thinks he wants to close the show and he wants to do it so bad that look, he's waiting. It makes no sense. Let your hands go. It's a numbers game. Some guys you're not going to knock out.
But he's all over him like a cheap suit in this 12th round. And I think it is going to put a seal on it. I think Barry Jones may even have it a little conservatively compared to what 1 or 2 of the judges may have scored.
Look.
I got to tell you, though.
Those are nice body shots. They're probably not going to get scored or considered, but those were 3 beautiful body shots right there. And I do not think that Ball is winning this round.
It's interesting that you say that, Michael. I think he won the first half of it for sure.
I don't think he's winning this round. And it's only because he's waiting, and whatever they told him in the corner, it's just not. It's not parlaying.
50 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He better do something.
There's 30 seconds left. He's going to catch him with a crazy right hand.
Oh, what? And knock him over?
10 seconds he's got to do it. I had a premonition. 5 seconds.
Imagine if his stream's just ahead of ours.
4, 3, 2. Here it comes. Watch this right hand now.
Nice try.
Yeah. No, Vargas is winning this round. He absolutely won this round. I mean, do you not agree? Vargas is winning. I sound like I Claudius.
Yeah.
So,
There we go.
Thank you.
It's over.
What did I tell you?
I'll be back. Coffee time.
Do your thing. Yeah. So what do you think, Ben?
I think Ball is going to get this on a split decision. I think he's going to get it.
Really? I mean,
whether he's good or not is another matter.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that being a thing, but I tend to think like I would give it personally, this fight could be a draw. I believe it could be. A draw. And if it's a draw, the title stays with the champ.
That's right.
So I would love it. I never understand when broadcasts don't have like parabolic microphones in the corner. It makes absolutely no sense.
Well, they usually listen to the corner, don't they?
No. They don't. No broadcast gives you like you never hear what the cornerman is saying to the fighter. That's what colors.
But you do. You do absolutely get that.
No, you don't. Absolutely.
What are you on?
No.
Silk, they have inter-round summaries. Not summary. They will listen in sometimes, not every round, but they will.
No,
say,
I'm not talking about summaries. I'm talking about hearing the cornerman talk to the fighter.
Forget summaries. It was the wrong word. They do listen into the corner. I've been on TV myself in a fighter's corner, and you could hear what I was telling him. So I know they do.
No, sporadically they've done it. Like maybe
exactly.
But when you were there, but I'm saying it should be a thing. Like it should be, you should hear.
You're saying every round.
No, not every round, because Ben, it's not done every round, and you didn't do it every round.
But they do listen to corners sometimes. You sometimes hear what they're telling them.
Don't even say sometimes. Say odd times. Like
all right, odd times.
Yeah, because it is.
Are you suggesting that it's become less than it used to be?
I don't even.
They often come to the corner.
I don't even think back in the day, my day, or any day, that they talked about in the corner.
There's some sense. Silk, they often go to the corner, but not all the time. But they often go to
the corner, but you do not. How many times do I have to say this?
They listen into the corner.
Hey, what's the matter for you? Huh? Hey, I'm trying to tell you. All they have to do is mic the corner man and hear him talk to his fighter and what he says, and they do not do that.
But they do. Whether they got a mic on him or not, you can hear him. You can hear him talking.
Ben, they need a mic on the corner man so you can hear what he's saying to the fighter and what the fighter says. They come in with the camera, and maybe the camera has a mic. That doesn't. It doesn't matter.
You're saying they should mic the cornerman up. I get it, but the way you're saying it. It's like we never hear from them.
No, we don't. You don't hear them. You don't hear them. What you hear is you hear the crowd. You hear the guys talking in between.
So what? You never heard? What you mean ever, or you mean recently?
No, forever.
So you mean okay? So you never heard Dan Dundee say, "You got him out of his mind. You're going crazy. Be my man. Just keep it up." You never heard Goody Petronelli say,
sure.
That's the way you're going to fight this guy. Exactly what you're doing.
They don't talk. They don't use what a cornerman says as answer to the strategy. What's going on in the game.
Decision time. It's a draw.
A draw. What did I say?
You said it could be a draw. Yeah. Shame you didn't predict that before the fight.
Oh my God. Silk Nostradamus. Nostradamus Silk. I like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's got a ring to it.
It's a draw. The title stays with the champ. I said that.
Everybody knows that. Come on.
No. But I said it before it happened. Where's the other guy?
Only you can watch 12 rounds of a fight and then say it could have been
I
a draw.
Told you,
super close.
No. Listen, Ben, what did you say? You said, "Oh, you can't call it like that. You have to write it down and you have to blah 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 blah." And I'm like,
No. Hang on. No. Stop it now.
Hang on.
Stop it now. Listen. Stop it now. You did not say that was your verdict. You just said it could be a draw. Any fool can say that when it's a close fight.
No,
Of
no,
course
no,
it could
no.
be a draw.
Any fool
You didn't
could,
say I
because
score in a draw.
you didn't
You
say
did
it.
not score in a draw.
No, wait.
That's
You
different.
said any fool. You said any fool could, but you didn't call it that. And
Hang on. You said it could be a draw, and I said, yeah, it could be. So that's all you said. You really
No.
want credit for nothing.
No, come on. Come on now.
You said it could be a draw, and I said, yeah, it could be.
I talked to you throughout the whole last round, especially, and I was like, this is what happened in this round. This is the way the outcome's going to be. And he's going to keep the title because it's going to be a draw.
You didn't say that. Well, you said it could be a draw.
You guys were saying that this kid was, he took it. That's what you were basically saying, that he took it. He won the fight.
I felt as if I wasn't scoring, Silk. I said we weren't scoring, so I don't score
Gary,
when I don't score.
Gary.
What happened?
Gary, brother still called it again.
He didn't call shit. He just said it could be a draw at the end, and it was a draw.
Brother still called it again. It's a draw, and he kept his title.
Wow.
Right? Thank you.
Bull doesn't look too happy, does he? Warren doesn't look too happy either.
Hey, listen.
What's Frank Warren say? Frank Warren's definitely got a problem with this verdict. He's saying, and that fucking Elijah Day can shut up as well. Look, I can lip read. Look at him. He's not happy, Silk.
Yeah, he's very tight-lipped.
Yes, he is. Look at that. He is proper angry. Look at that. Those cold eyes.
His head. He's doing that pompous English thing.
Yeah, Warren's got this twitch. He moves his neck like that when he just constantly.
Let me ask you, who chose the fighter? The referees?
Who chose what?
Surely Frank was involved with picking the referees, right?
I don't believe so, because the WBC picked the referees and the officials.
Wow.
Frank's saying he definitely won that fight.
Did he
win it or did he not win it? He's saying that to the crowd and asking for the rematch.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a rematch. Where else could they go? You know what I mean? Where else can they go? It's a good fight. It's probably it could probably be a main event on its own.
It doesn't always go that way these days, Silk, but it makes sense for a rematch for sure.
Nah, there'll be a rematch in this one. It was a good fight. It was entertaining and it's got interest. I think they'll pull some people in. It's not a standalone. I'm not saying it's standalone pay-per-view. I'm saying that it's, you know what I mean? That it's a good fight. It warrants a look. I would take a look at it. If you said they were going to do it again, they're going to run it back, I'd be like, okay, I'll see it.
They might not want to run it back.
Professional boxing doesn't work that way anymore. It's not as simple as that anymore. There's lots of things get in the way of fights these days.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me that. I had no idea.
Yeah, because it's different since you were active. Things are different.
They're not that different.
They fucking are. Honestly, to God, they are. From the 80s, it's like night and day.
No.
Really?
Superficially, yes. But what goes on in the ring, no. What goes on?
Boxing's still the same. Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about what goes on in the ring. We're talking about the deals and the backroom deals and making rematches. That's all very, very, very different. Fucking, you saw what they announced the other day, and you see Crawford's fighting Eubank Jr. You got the atrocity with Tyson and the idiot, and you're telling me it's only superficial. Things have massively changed in the industry, massively so.
I think the opportunities, like if those opportunities would have been available in the 80s, they would have done that as well, because they're always going to go where the money is. That's the way boxing is. That's the way boxing's rigged. That's the lifeblood of boxing is money.
I'm just saying it's changed. That's all.
Out west. Where you going, to lavatory?
No, I'm getting a pen so we can score this next one.
Oh, okay. I guess I got to get my pen too.
You probably don't need one. You probably.
Angabout. Well, I could not call it with a pen if you'd prefer.
I want you to get a pen. That way we don't get any you saying, "Well, I just said this," and.
Was that round when he like pushed him down and knocked him down? Was that 10-8?
All right, guys. So I've got a scorecard. So we've got, just for to recap, myself and the Silk are picking Zhang on this one, and Gary fancies Parker in this next fight. I hope they don't mess about too much in between times. Hopefully, we get this next fight in the ring. We saw Zhang warming up in the dressing room, so hopefully they're not too far away. There's Vargas milking the crowd's applause, presumably.
Anything to drink? Maybe that's orange juice here, or I have water.
That round where like kind of pushed him down and then was that 10-8?
I think, yeah, they probably
Parker on point, says Joe.
Who?
Joe says Parker on points.
Oh, Joe. Okay.
How was that scored exactly, lads? Was that a split draw, presumably, when they had? Was it a majority draw or was it a split draw? If someone could tell me that, that'd be good. CompuBox stats say Vargas landed more punches, but not much in it. 118 to 111.
Yes. It's not Vargas. It's Vargas.
Split
He's
draw.
going to get us like bumped off this thing for vulgar language.
Yeah.
All right. So again, let's call it what it is. Like I said, going into the last round.
Come on, new fight now, so new fight. Focus. There's Parker in the dressing room.
Okay. And there's
Zhang.
Yeah, but Fury is in Parker's corner.
He usually is, because they are very close. They are good friends and have been for years. Even when his brother, because his cousin Huey Fury, fought Joe Parker back in 2017.
Oh, did he?
Fury was very close to him then, and I believe there was some strained relations in the family with Peter, his uncle at one point, because Tyson was on the piss on the lash with Joe Parker afterwards. They were in the Ice Bar. There's a bar in Regent Street in London that's really several thousand degrees below zero. I've been in there when I used to drink, and you go in, they give you special clothes, so you're not freezing, and it's all made of ice. But they were apparently going there bare chested and drinking tequila and all this.
But they allow ISIS over there.
ISIS.
Yeah.
Nobody's got a problem with ISIS. Listen, Silk, we don't have a problem with ISIS over here. It's a very sensible way of managing your money, and we don't see the stigma. ISIS.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I was wondering. You said he was at the ISIS. He was underground with ISIS.
Yeah. Whatever you like, as you like it. Yeah.
Every podcast he does one of them.
I know he does. Yeah, he does the kind of. I've amusingly misunderstood what you said, and I'm being so deadpan. You're not sure if I really thought you said that.
It's absolutely reliable to do one of them every podcast.
Who came up with the deadpan? Like Gary, you must know. Is that like when the camera pans over to you and you pretend to be like emotionless? Is that what he means by deadpan?
Yes, you're correct again.
Andy Watts says, "Don't go to the ice bar." I enjoyed it when I went, but I was drinking a lot back then, and I remember I went with some hot chick, and her dad.
Now,
oddly enough.
now I know you're lying.
Yeah. You were just skeptical before. No, it was
You
some
went with
hot chick.
and you got kicked out because she melted the ice, right?
That was it. Yeah.
Wait, but isn't that in the Netherlands or something like that? The
Waters
ice
broke.
hotels. So they had an ice hotel made in England.
No, it was just a bar in Regent Street. And the bar's made of ice and everything like that. It's
But
cool.
I mean, the actual physical bar is made of ice.
No, not really. It's just everything in it is made of ice. Like the bar itself, the interior is made of ice. Yeah.
Ben
Yeah,
walked in and he said, "Ow." He walked in a bar and he said, "Ow." It was an iron bar.
Yeah.
Well, I guess nobody was. Yeah. Okay. Well, we won't go there.
I said, listen, the Silk's
kind of
probably been to a few iron bars in his time.
No. Blades, but not bars.
No, it's.
The girl left him, Ben, because he couldn't get his. He didn't buy a drink. He said he put his hand in his pocket and it froze. He couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
If it's that cold, you're not going to get it up either.
No, exactly. Yeah.
That's a terrible place to take a young lady, isn't it? Because you just shrivel up.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think of that, Gary. If only had your foresight.
No, he's circumcised, I believe. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Well done. You got it. I set it up. You smashed it.
Do you know what the difference? Do you know what the difference is, Silk?
Oh, yeah.
Silk.
Yeah.
Silk. Do you know what the difference? Ben told me when I was last in London. He said, "What's the difference between an egg and a wank?"
An egg and a wank.
And I said, "What's the difference, Ben?" He said, "You can beat an egg."
Yeah. But yeah. Well, the reason why he says, you can't beat the other alternative, because for Gary, masturbation is sex with someone that he loves.
Myself.
Yeah. Wow, we're good today.
Yeah.
Ben slept with a really posh girl from Hampstead, and he said she was from a very good family. And I said, "Why?" He said he was giving her one, and she said, "Darling, I'm arriving."
Yeah. I had sex with a blind girl once, so I had to hand it to her.
Oh my God.
Can we get off this and start maybe talking?
What's the definition of a female orgasm?
Say again?
What's the definition of a female orgasm?
Tell me.
Who cares?
Yeah. Okay.
Say it again. I missed the punchline.
Who cares?
Who cares?
That was good. That was rich.
This is David Hay, Connor Ben. Is that Kate Abdo with them? Or well, she's a hot chick anyway.
But Ben, you said chick. You should say bird. Like usually you say bird. Yeah,
I say chick more often than bird, to be fair, but
yeah, that's not what the script. You know what I mean?
Ben, do you hear about Ben? He went out the other night. He said he got so drunk, paralytic, right? He said he woke up in a bed with a 400-pound chick, and she had shit stains all over her nightie. And he said, but at least I was home.
Yeah. Yeah. The big cloud is a silver lining. I don't know what David Hayes is saying, but I'm guessing it's slightly higher grade than this.
It's emotional
I'll tell you, hang on.
You're very expressive.
Parker says he wants to avenge his losses, which,
No, he's saying he wants Parker to win, but thinks that Zhang's going to win.
Intelligence. Yeah, I like that. I don't know.
Parker has a low left hand, and Zhang comes over a lot, and he's going to get chin. Chin.
And and Zhang is a southpaw, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big southpaw.
She's gorgeous, isn't she?
She is.
Beautiful hair.
Yeah, I like the way she's fully matched. Like her hair matches her ensemble.
Beautiful
Yeah.
dress.
It's not quite like it's a pantsuit, is it not, or is it a dress?
Dress.
It needs to be modest because it's a Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it needs to be a little bit more tapered. You can't see the outline. The silhouettes aren't really working for me. He's talking about Parker being rejuvenated after his win. Well, we wouldn't know if we don't know if he's rejuvenated until he wins this one.
He fights again, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that must have done wonders. You're right. It must have done wonders for his.
Parker's come on leaps and bounds. Every fight he's got better and better and better. And
well, since when?
Exactly.
The last 3 fights he's been fantastic.
Maybe I haven't seen the other 2.
Against Dempsey McKean.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Deontay Wilder, and there was one in the middle. I can't remember who it was.
Well, Deontay Wilder.
It's been fantastic. I just watched him, and he's very, very, very good.
Interesting.
This must have been taken earlier, this interview.
Yeah.
Because Zangas don't have gloves on.
Yeah.
Or reps.
Well, he doesn't look too big right here. Like all these.
He doesn't. His head's relatively small, right? Must be the body that's big.
Yeah. Plus, he's wearing black. That makes you look skinnier on camera, especially. Right, Gil? Gary's taking it in.
Yeah.
So does anybody know what he's saying?
Yeah.
Zhang. No, not really.
26-1-1. Not bad. And who was his loss to?
Filip Hrgović, but I thought he won that fight.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I'll tell you what he says. Hang on. He's talking about music now that he plays when he walks out.
Yeah. He's talking about, yeah.
By the way, Michael, talking of ring walk music, I watched the Hearns fight, or some of the Hearns fight again the other day. I see you come out to Sweet Dreams, the Eurythmics. That's kind of cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? That was not actually the original mix I was going to. I was so pissed. I was in my dressing room getting ready, and I had picked this. I had a song custom made, and it was a mix of Batman, like the no, was it Batman? It was a Prince song. I know that, and it was a mix of that with the Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams, and they wouldn't play it because they said they'd be sued or something. Like Prince would sue us or something like that.
Yeah,
because I was going back and forth with the guy who was the head of Showtime at that time. From my dressing room, I'm about to go. I'm like, come on, dude. And they just, they wouldn't. So I only came out with the Sweet Dreams, but he came out with Can't Touch This by MC Hammer.
Yeah.
No, was it? Yeah. It was Can't Touch It. Yeah. And that was good energy. That was the first time I heard that song, in fact, I believe. I heard it when he was coming to the ring. I was like, oh, not bad.
Well, it's cool when you can vibe your opponent's ring walk song as well. The show kind of stealing that energy a little bit.
Yeah, but I do like my song, but yeah.
Was Seth Abraham the head of HBO then?
No, it was he was David. His dad was the mayor of New York. Dinkins. It was something Dinkins. David.
Yeah,
Dinkins,
that rings a bell.
David Dinkins Jr., I believe.
Okay.
And his dad was the mayor for a couple of terms here, and he was one of the head guys over at Showtime Boxing, producers of the TV show and everything.
Yeah.
So it's a nice black and white, pinstripe suit.
Yeah,
Conor Benn does wear clothes well, actually. He's a good-looking lad.
Yeah,
he's got that kind of image going for him, and he wears cool clothes. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit tattooed for tasteful.
It's exciting for the game. You need individuals, and he's a great individual.
It's true, but I do not like runners with suits. I don't care what you say. They just don't.
Nah, I'm with you, Silk. What are you doing that for?
Yeah, like everyone wears a suit and they do that with American football over here too. The guys are talking about, the upcoming game, and every single one of them have got sneakers on with a suit. I just don't get it.
I mean, all right, he's probably wearing jeans or casual trousers with the sneakers or whatever you want to call them, and the blazer, and he's not. But so it's not quite the same thing. But I know what you mean.
Who's got that?
Connor.
No, he had a suit on.
No,
I'm saying it wasn't a suit.
He had a pinstripe jacket with plain dark jeans.
Oh,
yeah, jeans, a t-shirt, and a blazer. That's a bit different.
No, he had a jacket, not a blazer.
We call it a blazer, don't we, Gary?
Call it whatever you want.
we have a split draw.
I really don't care what you want to call it. It's an item of clothing.
We call it a blazer in England, but it's a jacket if you want to call it that. So.
Yeah, but I thought blazers were the ones with the.
I thought that's what you went to school in.
Yeah, they used to be, and then it all changed, and then people started talking about blazers in terms of smart casual.
Oof. So here he is. I don't think he's going to be doing this again, saying.
I do. After
you hope he does, because otherwise you're going to be falling behind a little bit more.
No, you'll be smash him to bits.
You'll be in Dowdy territory at that point.
No.
I'm so excited for this fight. I like this fight more than the main event myself.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I'm curious as hell about the main event too. I am, because I don't remember. I can't think of a parallel situation to the main event in a long time. It's an
amazing event for Joshua, because if he does the number, the whole boxing world will love him, because it's an MMA v boxing event, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe he'll win some of those black cab drivers back in England.
I've never seen a black cab driver in England. Never.
What I mean, I don't mean a Negroid one. I mean a black cab. They're all black. The cabs are coloured black. That's what we call it.
Oh, really?
They're called black cab drivers, handsome cabs.
Oh, those ones. Yeah, okay. Why didn't you call it a handsome cab? I understand that.
Because it's more colloquial to say black cab driver, and he's always a white guy.
But doesn't black cab driver... When you say black cab driver, I think of a cab driver who's black.
You would. You see a guy in a yellow cab, similar ethnicity to you. That's exactly what you see, I'm sure.
No. If you said, because cabs are yellow.
Huh?
Cabs are yellow. So if
in
you
New York, they are, yeah.
Yeah, if you said a yellow cab, I would be like, okay, a yellow cab.
How many viewers do we have tonight, Ben?
We've had a bunch at times. It's gone down to 8 again now because in between fights, we've been up at like 40 before.
Wow.
It fluctuates. It goes up and down.
It makes sense.
This is a marathon, but this is kind of cool. I must say, I do like this format. I've never done it before, but I do like this idea. I think we can run with this. Blazers have metal buttons and packets. See, we got a very knowledgeable fan base who on various topics. Glenn Bradley says blazers have metal buttons and patch pockets. That's the definition of a blazer.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was getting to.
Yeah, of course you were. You always are.
I was getting to that, and I told you that it was my jacket, and you correct me, and my man put you in your place, and I appreciate that. I was willing to just let it go, but
yeah.
Gary looks nonplussed.
Yeah.
I've come on the show with 20 years of the fight game discussing school clothing.
Yeah. I wish they'd get these guys in a ring now, because this is Adi Oladipo talking to that. What's that guy's name? Ariel Hawthorne or something, is it? Or he's got some sort of Ariel.
Ariel Adwani or whatever his name is.
Yeah, and he's from MMA more commonly, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he? He's an MMA fighter.
MMA commentator.
No. Huh? No, he usually commentates and interviews on MMA.
Oh,
He's the same version as Warren's guy. What's his name?
Dev Sani.
Dev Sani, someone who's never fought, who has read a lot of books and watched a lot of fights.
You only need to look at that guy.
Here's what's never made sense to me. It's made sense to me. When they have buttons and then they have buttons outside the buttons that don't do anything in double-breasted suits.
Are we back on jackets again?
I mean, does it make sense to you?
Not totally, no, Silk. I believe Parker is making his ring walk now.
Okay. What song you think he's going to come out to?
I'm not going to know because I haven't got the sound on. But
come on, you got the music background.
Yeah, but I can't hear it. So
well, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Take a guess and then
what you're going to know. I don't know what he does. I think it might be some traditional Maori thing he comes out to. I don't know though.
Oh, you think it's going to be Maori? I don't think so.
I think he'll come out to some kind of tribal, cultural where he's from.
Too.
That's what I said, didn't I? That's what I said.
Yeah, you did. I think he's going to come out with something more like Bee Gees or something.
Okay.
ABBA.
Well, he's from Australia, right?
ABBA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. ABBA.
Did you, by the way, Gary, did you see him come out with that when the show you were not on? He started playing Winner Takes It All.
Who did?
He did.
Oh, God.
No.
He was saying, I don't want to talk if it makes you both feel sad. You know, and all this kind of thing. He's 40 years old, Zhang.
I think if I was boxing now, I'd come out to We Are Family.
Really? You would?
You know, that icon.
I know what it is, yeah.
Mr. Sledge.
Mr. Sledge, exactly.
And I'd do that as I was coming out.
Would you ready? Yeah.
Michael Buffer. Oh, I missed it. Do that again. Do the visuals, Gary.
We are family. And then just get knocked out.
And you could have a bunch of girls walk you to the ring. You'd be like, I got all my sisters and me.
Guys, there's loads of guys in baby oil and then
okay.
Yeah. And then I just get knocked out unconscious. Never fight again.
Stretched could be the headline.
Oh, good one. Stretched out.
Yeah.
Okay, there he's.
Look at him, my boy. Come on, Joey.
He's the mad butcher.
You know what? I tell you what's interesting about him. He's so focused and relaxed the whole week. He looks really ready.
I don't know. Yeah. His relaxation, is that indicative of somebody that's ready, being relaxed?
Yeah, it's like Pacquiao used to come out smiling because he's done the work.
Yeah, but smiling doesn't necessarily denote relaxed.
But no,
you can be a nervous smile.
He's going to be. Look at him. You saw him with Wilder. He was the same, but he was razor focused, and he had to be. And he was. I think when you're ready, when you've done the work, it's like you can relax. You've done the work. A lot of people come out very nervous when they've not done the work. You know.
So do you think these firecrackers they have, is that really necessary?
I suspect it isn't. To be honest, Silk, when you mention it, remember Ali and Fraser coming out, which was 51 years ago today, incidentally. Sorry, 53 years ago today. It almost had more anticipation and majesty for the lack of pyrotechnics, didn't it? Just seeing the atmosphere as they cut through the crowd.
Yeah, it's just so, yeah.
This just feels a bit glitzy in a way that it doesn't really feel like it's organic to the fighting experience, does it?
Yeah, it really isn't. Like with the stage thing, and I mean, I understand banners and stuff like that, but I don't know. There's just something so anticlimactic about it. Yeah,
which is ironic because obviously they're trying to. That's the opposite of what they're trying to achieve. But there's Joe entering the ring.
How tall is he? How tall is Joe?
6'4", I think.
Oh, really? Oh, he's a big boy. I didn't know he was that big.
Yeah. Look, Tyson's 6'9".
There's Tyson standing next to him, more or less.
He's a big boy. He doesn't look that big, but he's no small boy. He's 250 pounds.
Yeah.
247.
Yeah, he doesn't look as big as the other guys I saw, so that's why I guess I don't have much of a.
Well, if you look at him, he's 247. Joshua's 252 today, so 5 pounds lighter than Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big.
Zhang, of course, was 291.6 pounds at
I think
yesterday's
that's the
weigh-in.
mistake by
He looks
Zhang.
like a James Bond villain. Like
He does every inch, Michael.
I love it when with the tiger print
Yeah,
collar and the whole thing.
he's perfect.
Yeah. You could definitely make him out to. He's probably the nicest guy, but you could make him out to be a bad guy easily. He has
Yeah.
that look, that demented kind of like the eyes, undeviating and focused.
He's Mr. Big's right-hand man and heavy, isn't he?
I was gonna ask, are people really cheering for him? But I see here, like he's got a crew of people out for him. But I can't hear the live broadcast to know what's happening.
There was
He's quite
a bunch of like Chinese people who must have flown over. I think he's got some good following now. He must be a Chinese hero. There's not a lot of Chinese. He would be the first Chinese heavyweight champion, I believe.
He would
If
be,
he
yeah.
If he got there, yeah, which is amazing for him, man.
Well, there haven't been that many fought.
There's not many that big, I don't think.
Parker was becoming what Jimmy Ellis was to Ali. I missed that, Ben.
What you got to love about Parker is
was Ali
he
hanging
fights
around.
anyone, doesn't he?
The time shakes off of that limit. Time he shakes
Off that image.
Oh, and be his own man, I guess, is really what he's saying. Yeah, I believe that, Joe. There always comes a time you got to depart, and the powers that be don't like it. But yeah, look at Zhang. He looks a little portly there.
You think so? He's got love handles, as they call them, but I don't think he looks. It doesn't look fat. Not the way he did.
His head looks like it weighs 300 pounds.
Yeah,
I tell you, those guys with
Parker looks lean and
those guys with the thick craniums. That's an issue.
I love Parker. He fights anyone. He's the nicest guy in boxing.
Yeah.
Just a great man.
Yeah, I like what he did. I like what he did against Deontay Wilder last fight. I like the way he carried himself in every aspect of the fight. He was
just a classy guy
all the way through. Yeah,
great family man and just a great guy.
Zhilei Zhang, he lives in the United States, right?
I think so.
Yeah, over in East Coast over here, in New Jersey, I believe he trains or something like that.
All right.
He doesn't have an ab.
So he's Under Armour too. So we have judges from Hungary, England, and the USA.
That's right.
And this is for the WBO. Is this a WBO fight?
Not really. I mean, one of their kind of splinter belts. Yeah, you know what I mean. One of their sanctioning body belts. One of their ranking tool belts.
So this is a 12-rounder?
It will be, yeah. But it's not a WBO title fight because the WBO heavyweight champion is Alexander Usyk. They call it an interim or whatever it is. I think Joe Joyce was the interim champ, right? And that's
Joseph Parker lost 3 times. He lost to which 3?
He lost to Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
To Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
And
Joe Joyce. Oh my God.
He got flattened by Joyce. He got dominated by Joyce 2 years ago. Who else has Parker lost to?
No rematch?
No, there was no call for a rematch. He was absolutely dominated.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's not got a muscle on his body.
No. He hasn't, no.
Kind of looks like Baby Huey. I don't know if you know that cartoon, Baby Huey.
Yeah, it rings a bell. I think I know what you mean.
You got to check that out.
Yeah.
What are they planning taking his gown off for? Just take it off.
It's a big unveiling. Yeah,
No, you gotta wait. The fight is cold. If they probably have air conditioning.
Oh, he's waiting for the perfect time to reveal his beautiful no
torso.
He's meditating quickly.
He's thinking of the duck he's going to eat when he leaves.
I know one thing for sure. He did not do any pull-ups because he has no lats at all.
No.
No lats. He just
Come on, Joe.
You know how much harder he'd punch if he had lats? I mean, come on.
Okay, boys.
It's on. And we're scoring as well. I suspect we won't need the scorecards, but we're going to have them, okay?
But you take score for three of us, right?
No, you're scoring yours. I'm scoring mine.
No, you've got to put three names and then just put.
Have I fuck? No, I'm doing mine. You
No, do it, please.
Nah, I'm doing mine. We have plenty of
Do
time.
mine too. I don't have a pen.
Nah.
Just do mine, Ben, with you, next to yours.
See what he's doing, the way he's touching his hand? So when he's doing, we were talking about that the other day. What he's doing when he's touching his hand, he's killing Parker's left hand. He's taking the left hand out of play.
No, Parker's touching his hand.
No. Zhang is on top of his left.
Yeah, he's on top of it.
And he's stopping his left hand. So all he has to think about is focus on the right hand. See the right hand. He goes everywhere Parker's left hand is.
No, got that wrong. Watch Parker, see? They're touching each other's hands.
They're not. Zhang is initiating.
They should have come out with that song. Reach out and touch.
Look the way he's parrying. The man's like D'Artagnan. He's taking it to him right away.
He is.
No, it's his belly.
That doesn't make a difference. It's not a beauty contest. Probably.
There you go, Joe. Go down to that little belly. It's clever, Zhang, but it's
There we go. Straight away. It tries that one too.
Heat on it. It's nice. He's got that left hand tucked. He doesn't really telegraph that left hand before he throws it, which is nice. And this is not going to be good for Parker backing up and giving him room to punch. Because once Zhang gets comfortable, it's the perfect range for him. Look at that. Yeah. Left hand to
the body. Parker landed a decent right hand or tried a decent right hand before that.
And he got tipped off the top of the head. So you know that little gong went off. That gong.
The game in chess right now. You can't say Parker's doing anything wrong. He
said he's playing what?
He didn't say anything. He didn't say he's playing anything.
What?
It's a game of chess at the moment. They're looking at each other.
No, but wait a minute.
Very confident, but he won't if he gets a right hand down the pipe in a minute.
He keeps talking over you. I don't know.
He's talking. He's waiting for that big left hand, Zhang. He's going to throw a big left hand. I can read it like a book.
No, that's what he's known for.
Well, that's what he's going to. He knocked out. Joyce with the right hook.
Yeah, you're right.
But he's cocking that left hand. That left hand's coming.
Yeah.
He's going to let Joseph touch his jab hand and then counter with a big
Joe's not going to like it when he feels this at all. It's not good for him. He's standing there. I mean, I like what he's doing. He's changing his level up and down. So that's causing Zhang to, hesitate. But pretty soon he's going to be just letting it go.
Parker first round.
Why?
I don't know about that.
Ben, Parker first round for me. Just put Pete.
I would say that's even.
No, Parker caught with one right hand, and he caught Parker with nothing.
I gave that round to Zhang narrowly. I could have called it even, but I try not to score.
He didn't touch Parker with a shot.
Well, I've got yours. Don't worry.
He didn't touch Parker with a punch. How could you give it to him? Not one shot.
He absolutely did. He landed a straight left to the body, and he landed a 1-2 to the head as well.
There you go.
The weed must be good in England.
It's one fucking round, guys. It's a very close,
Back in
debatable
one
round.
round.
Can we save our arguments for something worth arguing about?
Fight, mate. 1 to Parker to Gary, okay?
I've done it. I'm doing yours because for some reason you can't write. But okay, so I've got yours. Silk has got his own, remarkably.
Why is that remarkable? I always go.
It doesn't involve me having to do extra work. All right, let's go.
Still touch.
One punch by Parker.
Finding his range. Look at their feet. Parker's got his left foot outside, but then Zhang's coming on. Left hand.
Left hand.
Nice right hand by Parker. Two punches to Parker to 1.
It looked like it was blocked by the left.
One for the belly.
He leaned back on it.
Yeah, he did. Right hand to the body for Parker.
Yeah, a couple rounds, this is going to get warm. It's going to get hotter. They'll be throwing a little bit more freely.
What I don't like about this is Parker's letting Zhang not work too much. So he needs to get him to work
set a pace.
Yeah.
Because he obviously wants to fight this comfort zone being a 40-year-old man.
He wants to gas him in because he does gas late, Zhang.
Yeah.
Well, he gasses late. He throws a lot of punches for a big man, so I don't know if he gasses late.
He does gas. He's famous for gassing.
Well, if he's famous for gassing and he wins, he can't.
But he does gas out, and they said some people have not took advantage of it. You know.
Right now, he's the one putting the pressure on. Nice. Try the left hand.
Yeah. And then just
pushing Joe around a bit.
And then just cast him aside, like.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's won this round yet or imposed themselves on it, and it's all down to this last.
Not yet.
Third bit.
It's a good jab. Good try with the left hand by Parker.
Right hand to the body.
Right hand, yeah, right hand.
But he's too predictable with his footwork. Like the guys.
Nice counter left hook by Parker. Come on, Joe. Don't go to the right.
There's a lead hook by Parker. Yeah, left hook. But guys, let's not commentate like we're trying to prove what we predicted. Let's commentate neutrally, because right now that's kind of how we're doing it, and we shouldn't.
No, I'm just saying it the way it is.
Yeah, but just bear that in mind. Take that on board.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah. Ben, if you're making a pointed suggestion to Gary, say it to Gary. Don't say it to me when I'm not doing it.
Yes.
Well,
Ben.
no, we were both being a little bit. I think we were all being a little bit trying to seek out our predictions when we should just be straight down the middle.
Come on, Joe. Don't let him set.
He doesn't want to go down in terms of...
Second round, I'll give even. Ben?
Yeah, I score even too.
Yeah. That would be... It's almost like, to me, the first 2 rounds are even.
But I try not to score even rounds too often if I can help it. But I hear what you're saying, Silk.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Try not to, but sometimes it
be what it is. There was that guy who scored 10 rounds of Leonard Duran, 1 even. An Italian judge.
Sometimes it be what it be. What can you do?
Yeah, nobody's really imposing themselves yet because they're still in that feeling out process. And I think Gary's got a good point when he says, really, that if Parker could set a more taxing pace for the older man, it might pay dividends if you make him work a little bit harder.
But how does age play itself in this? How does it play itself out here?
Well, how 40, you're not 30, right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? He's 40. He's not going to.
You know how it is, Gary. He questions everything, Gary. And the idea that most people just automatically accept 40 years old, you're near the end of your career, and you're not going to be as athletic or fit as you used to be. Michael's like, why? Prove it. Why in a test tube? Which I respect that. But we go through this every time.
Scientifically, at the age of 30, every year men's testosterone drops. So that's something.
Okay, so he's less likely to impregnate a woman, and then what?
No, it means testosterone is an essential element that gives you energy, strength.
You don't have to wear a rubber, and then what?
Here comes Parker. Lands a
Good body.
uppercut to the body, hook to the body. Parker got the best of that
Nice right
exchange.
hand, Joe.
Yeah, I don't think he's reaching him with that right hand. That was a nice left hand. Nice.
Yeah, left hook from
combination by
Zhang.
And he's
And again.
Yeah, and he's putting his body weight on him afterwards too, which is good for Zhang. That's for sure.
Not exactly the most exciting fight right now, I think it's fair to say.
It's only round 3.
Yeah.
It's going to start heating up.
Yeah, I think after round 5, it's probably going to start getting hotter. Unless Zhang finds him with that left hand and upset Gary's apple cart.
I'd like Parker to be more mobile.
Yeah.
I've never seen him to have that kind of footwork.
Wow.
Oh, he dropped him
Thank
with
you.
a beautiful left hand. Excuse me.
I'm ahead of you guys. That's how it.
Yes, you are. You are, but you're
Why did
fighting.
you say it then?
Didn't
He saw it and just sat on it.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's accurate. That left hand's a laser. I said that beforehand too.
Silk said that. And again.
Yep. He's in trouble.
Yeah,
All Zhang had to do was create a little bit of distance. Oh, he's bleeding bad. Did he break his nose? He didn't know. It's like Zhang's real. That's the big bang, man.
Yeah. This isn't.
Yeah. You don't have to be a believer, Gary, but after this. Ooh.
Look at that. There's the speed of that one too as well.
Ooh. No, this is not good.
Look at the swagger and confidence there at the end of that round for Zhang. Okay, that's a 10-8 round, right?
No, he's
Doesn't have to be, but I think
Can I
it
tell you
was.
something? Can I tell you something, Ben? He definitely he's
right
definitely
now.
residing in the United States now. You could tell by that swag afterwards.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's hanging out with the brothers.
So you got that 10-8, right, Silk?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Gary?
I don't want to talk right now.
No? He doesn't want to talk if it makes you feel bad. Though it's only me. Now it's history.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that left hand on the point of the chin.
Gary, you got me keeping your score. You got to tell me what it is.
That's a 10-8 round to Zhang.
Yeah.
For the people that are watching, are draws 10-10 or 9-9 rounds?
I don't like Zhang.
No, they're 10-10 rounds, Michael, unless there's a knockdown involved or a point deduction. But unless there's a
I know that. I know
10-10.
that. Yeah.
Stick with 10-10. You're not going to need the scorecard, though. You know that.
Didn't I call it? I said mid-round.
Yes, this is going to become your cliche, or your kind of. Didn't I say that? Didn't I call it?
I love your French, Ben. You're cliche. Like
Yeah.
I can see the accent on the E. Oh,
You did say that.
That left hand is unstoppable.
Yeah. And that nose of Parker's is severely marked up already, a bleeding, and looks rather sore.
No, it's only a tiny little gash.
That's what she said.
Gary's not happy right now.
No, he's not. These things happen. It's not over till it's over.
Come on, Joe. Joe's got balls and he can turn things around. Just crack him with a
That
big
was a
round,
decent little combo from him. A right hand left hook.
Sometimes it can be okay to get a shot early.
Yes, it can.
A lot of times it can, but you know what? It's like sometimes, like you've seen Parker fight like this before. Parker, the guys that you're fighting or you're gonna fight, like Zhang, he's seen you. You're fighting exactly the way he planned you were gonna fight. There's no ooh, and he shook it off like nothing. There's no he's not shifting his game up. He's not doing anything different.
Parker, what I'm shocked about is I thought he'd have a lot of movement, and he's not. He's stood in front of him.
You're right,
Yeah.
Glenn Bradley. You're right, Glenn Bradley. Absolutely.
Glenn Bradley says he's got no answer at this stage, Parker.
He better hope the bottom drops out of that boat because
Yeah.
it's only going to get worse.
Right now, and there's a low punch there that Parker has been warned for. He just doesn't look like he's having a good day at the office, Parker, and the despondency you can see on
Wow,
his face.
good shot, Parker.
Oh, yeah, that was a decent shot.
I think he hit
Come on,
him.
Joel.
I think he hit him on the collarbone.
It didn't bother him at all, though.
Yeah, he hit him on the collarbone.
It's a decent effort from Joe.
Joe's going to start throwing his hands, and otherwise it's just going to be a breakdown.
He's not really moving Zhang right now, and that's an issue. That's a confidence issue.
People were way too high on the Wilder performance, and I did say that, to borrow a phrase from my learned colleague.
And they're about to take a point off of him, so he's going to lose this round.
Yeah. He lost that round, yeah.
Yep.
He didn't lose a point, but he just got walked.
So what?
No, he just got walked for a low blow.
Why was he letting
That
him
was
take it?
Parker's round, Ben.
You think so, yeah?
I'm sure you don't. You can't even contest it, can you?
Well,
Yeah, I would give that round to Parker, but 10-9 on that.
okay.
Boom. Ooh. You know that that kind of punch that he hit him with, that's not good for the sternomyoclastoid
No.
at all. You do know that, right, Gary?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good right hand from Parker that he showed on the slow-mo there.
If he gets rid of Parker quite easy, he's a real force to be reckoned with, this guy.
I think he is. I think for anyone, he's a problem. I mean, he has skills. He has it's very.
What I don't like about this is Zhang has not exuded much energy at all.
Yeah.
Very strong amateur pedigree.
But I think I hope Parker doesn't get caught now. But if he
Barry
can
Jones has got Zhang 3 points ahead after 4. Same as me.
He should go watch football.
I think he's kind of like giving ground, trying to walk Zhang into something, but he's just so predictable right now. And
he can't really have the game plan of trying to walk the guy onto something, I don't think, because he's not going to dent him when he does land something. Not in one shot.
Parker can hurt Zhang.
I don't think he could do it with one shot.
Or I think he can. A big right hand.
We shall see.
We shall see if he gets chance to do it without getting knocked out before. But I don't like Parker's hand so low.
When you have your left hand low, you usually have it for a reason, right? And it's usually bait. It's bait. You're baiting your opponent to take advantage of it, and you counter it. But Zhang's not going for it. He knows it, and that's kind of making this round a little slow right now. That's what's making this round slow. Good left hand to the right hand to the body by Parker.
Yeah.
Again, middling pace. This is like the predictable heavyweight pace, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
No one's really doing anything. This is what's so unexciting about heavyweight boxing. Okay, good combination there by Zhang.
Yeah. Straight left again.
Yeah,
Right down the pipe.
just like turn up the heat. turn up the heat and see what the man can do. You know what I mean?
The lead left hand from Zhang is catching him as often as not.
Yeah.
When he throws a straight backhand. And some of these rounds are hard to score.
Yeah, because the punch output is so low.
So low.
I mean, what's the like? It's got to be like around 25, 30 punches around.
I would give that round to Parker.
I'm tempted to agree at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I
think it's slightly more than
see more rounds draws than I see wins.
Well, that's fair enough if you, yeah.
It's like nobody is separating themselves from the herd.
It's Jose Mourinho they panned to there.
Who's that?
He was the manager of Chelsea Football Club, which is a big deal.
250 plus is not expectable for them to be slower, so slower than 210, 215 guys at the pre-80s.
I don't think expectable is a word, but there we go.
Yeah, but we're boxers. We can deal with it. We hear all sorts of what you would call
bastardizations of our mother tongue.
Aren't the English known for their ingenuity?
Look at the scorecard. Both thrown. Parker has landed 20 punches more than Zhang.
According to CompuBox, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always have a problem with that because you never know who's calling what are punches and what are not punches.
And you don't know who's doing the counting or anything.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a computer system?
No. They don't have any diodes on the guy's body to know what legitimately made contact and what didn't. Yeah, I do think that for Zhang to separate himself from the herd, for him he's got to be able to like let his hands go. He does an awful lot of waiting and studying, and anyone that can take him out of his comfort zone, out of this, and make him work more, they'd have to be pretty resilient. They have to have a real good chin because they're going to get caught at some point. But they will do, you can do damage. I don't think it's his age that's the issue. I think it's just the fact that it's his conditioning. Absolutely, his conditioning isn't good.
I think age is contingent to conditioning, though.
No,
you can't say it's irrelevant. I don't think.
No.
Otherwise, no point retiring. You might as well keep boxing now.
Well, I mean, you retire for other reasons, not just because you're old, just because you can't pull the trigger anymore. You don't have the reflex. You don't have.
You can't pull the trigger. You're old.
Because you're old, yeah, exactly.
No, it isn't because you're old. You could be out of condition and you're young.
You can, but it still doesn't mean that aging is not a factor in decline.
But what are you telling me what age does? Experience. Like if you keep going to the well, you're going to have less in the well than when you started. Yes, I understand that. And that's a matter of time. That's over time. But just because you were like an age, you know what I mean?
Right, Michael, let me ask you a question without being rude to the audience. In your sexual life...
You're being rude.
No. What was the maximum times you performed in one evening?
In one evening?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a performance. It's a mutual.
Right. So was it now or was it 10 years ago?
Ceremonial dance.
Was it now or was it when you were younger?
I mean, it can go either way.
Okay, but generally you was
Generally,
more...
when you're younger, you have. It's not because you're. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you can compare the two because they're different.
Well, it means
absolutely
vigor,
different
strength, conditioning. It's vigor, and all of that you lose as you get older. And that's the same in sport, in everything. You slowly slow down as you get older.
Okay, I've got to change this around. Sorry, guys.
So age is a factor because on all aspects of your life, as you get older,
Yeah, things change.
Yeah, so I think it's the same in sport. Why do Olympic athletes retire at 35 or whatever year age generally? If you looked at the averages of world champions, most of them will be younger than older when they won the world title.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't take your eyes off the fight, guys. We're scoring this.
But in a sport like boxing, there has to be, I mean, it's the nature of it itself is different. Like all you really have to do is be able to get to an individual in order to win it. And if you're
scientifically, when we get to 30, 35, it starts reversing, testosterone.
Start losing muscle mass, all the rest of that kind of stuff.
So that becomes a factor when you're getting less muscular, less vigor.
Barry Jones has Zhang ahead 1 point after 6 rounds.
And he was way behind.
I stepped up right there by Zhang. And now he's coming on with some combinations. I just wish the man would be busier. He just, he
does need to exert more pressure and throw some more punches.
And it has nothing to do with his age, just habit. If it were now, Gary, here's a point that I'm trying to make. If it were his age that was preventing him from
there we go.
Well, that was performing him from.
But Mike, just change overnight sometimes, right?
Scientifically, okay, but the thing is, he doesn't do 100% for himself in training, and that's obvious by his body. He can do much better than this. You can't tell me he's 40 years old and he has a body like this because he's 40. There's no way. I've seen people.
I'm not saying that, but I think
people that are professional. I've seen people that are professional athletes. Oh, you heard him again with that left hand. Jump on him here. So I've seen, professional. He's a professional fighter, and he needs to be in professional shape. So I don't think it's an accurate assessment with Zhang here. Myself, I don't.
All right, let's leave that. Who's winning this round?
Zhang.
Parker.
See, there's too much bias here because it's too predictable.
Parker's just hit with about 4 right hands.
There is too much bias. This is not a good show of neutral judging, boys.
No, Parker's been hitting him.
No, I mean,
right hand.
Listen, Sugar. He has an opinion. He's allowed to state his opinion. He can be wrong. Allow the man to be wrong.
I know, but it's just because he picked Parker, so Parker's winning every round that's remotely justifiable. That's the way it's going.
Okay, well, we're going to see how it plays out, and the judges will prove him wrong.
You just said Barry Jones had a point in it, and when it started, he was 3 points behind.
Yeah.
So it's obvious the last rounds he's been given to Parker, as I've been given to Parker. In that last round, Parker hit him with a bunch of right hands. He may have caught Parker twice, maybe. Parker caught him about 6 times. I mean... So
you score in that round for Parker. Right?
Yeah.
All right. At what point do you knock on the head? Can you read that?
Yeah, that's somebody called Badly Drawn Boy saying, at what point do you knock this on the head? For fuck's sake, it's a shambles. So I guess he's not feeling this well,
Yeah, it's not an exciting fight. The guys are more or less pawing around him.
He means us. He means when are we going to abandon this effort to do a watch along? It's a shambles.
Oh,
he doesn't mean the fight. He means ever. So my answer would be,
my ego would say he's talking about.
Whoa! My answer would be, why don't you go and watch a fucking football game then?
Yeah, keep watching or fuck off. We don't care.
Language.
If we're a shambles and he's got fuck all else but watches to do, he should get a life, right?
Yeah.
We have kids that listen to this broadcast.
It's past 11. Depends where you're watching, right?
Yeah, true. Oh, he caught Zhang with a nice left hand.
Oh, yeah. Right hand.
Yeah, you keep thinking he's a southpaw, Silk.
But he ate that. Look at that.
So, given this round so far, who's winning? Parker, right? He's
It
caught
just started. It's like not even 1 minute deep. It's like 30 seconds in.
Yeah, but only person who's caught anyone with a decent shot is Parker, right?
So far, but let's see what
Okay,
happens.
so Parker's ahead on this round so far. So when I give it to him again, if Zhang doesn't do anything, I'm not being biased. I'm just saying the most effective shot came from Parker.
That was a good shot, but when it happens early in a round, you
touches down there. The referee is giving him a count, which is that. Did you think that was a knockdown?
He caught him on the top of the head. It was weird.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Giving who a count? Did you see a count? We didn't see a count over here.
Don't try not to say that because it means your stream's behind, I guess. And then we get idiots saying this is a shambles. So let's try and style that out. The fact the stream might not be entirely aligned.
That was a good jab. Definitely a knockdown. Cut him with that power right. Well, it doesn't look good for you, Gary, I have to say.
No. This is Zhang's rank, I guess, because of the knockdown.
Oh, nice left hand and a right hook. Yeah, he's Zhang is he smells blood in the water. You know what I mean? He's got it. He's obviously not going to make a mistake. He's not going to walk into anything. He's still going to be careful. His pedigree tells him what to do.
Yeah, he's cruising it. That was a decent shot from Parker, though, right hand, then a left hook to the body.
Hey, thank you, Joe. Your comments are always welcome, unlike the other guy.
So we give that to Zhang.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess a 2-point round because he knocked him down.
Mm-hmm.
Ben doesn't like that standing rule.
Well, I think it's usually appropriate, Silk. I just don't think it should be a knee jerk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Parker's trying to get back, but he's posing too much. The only way you're going to do it, look, boxing is a numbers game. You know what I mean? It's numbers. If you throw more punches, the chances are you're going to land more punches. Guys who are walking around and fighting each other to death, afraid of it, like looking for the perfect shot, you're always going to lose that kind of fight. Unless you're Floyd Mayweather or somebody with like hair trigger reflexes.
They just showed the knockdown there, and like you say, he's landed a straight left, and he caught him on top of the head with a kind of downward.
That was like the Fury knockdown with
Yeah. Then it's like he almost pushed him with his elbow and hit him with a little uppercut on the way down.
But them shots at the back of the head are not good for you, you know?
I didn't see
No,
it.
they're not.
I think it was off the top of the head, wasn't it? Look, the power jab right there. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, this one is Parker's own fault because he dropped his head down.
Yeah.
So it's
are you still watching that, Silk? That means you're way back.
It's a legitimate knockdown.
But what I'm saying is, if you're still watching that, it means you're somewhat behind the stream.
Now, the rounds just started, right?
227 over here.
Oh my God!
So you're a way back.
Okay,
This did strike me. It might be an issue.
Okay, let's see what happens. Did it jump ahead? Do you think?
I think when they got that phone call, it might have set it.
Oh, set it back. How deep are you now?
204.
204? Wow, we're still way back.
159, 158.
150, I'm on.
See what I mean? So we're slightly out of sync, which is something.
Well, I'm all in different countries, aren't we?
Yeah,
well,
exactly that.
Yeah, but Sugar and I we were synced before just a few minutes ago.
This is a shambles as I thought it would be, says badly drawn boy. Did he get back to writing sort of lilting acoustic songs, indie acoustic songs?
Is he an acoustician?
There's a band in England called Badly Drawn Boy, which he's taken his safe alias from.
Oh.
It's like not really a band as much as a solo artist.
Okay, well, we'll just continue to draw this one out. I'm sorry I'm behind. Let's see if I can get current again. No. Is there any what if you shut down and then bring it back on?
You already do that?
Yeah, let's do that. I just had to turn it off and then I'll try to refresh. And in doing that, maybe we can catch up.
Parker's rebounded okay in the ninth round.
But he's still losing nonetheless.
Do you think he's losing a round?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. As it's gone on.
How much time?
That was a good right hand.
I think if it continues like this, Parker should grow in confidence a little bit. And of the two, I think Parker's probably slightly better condition. So he may have a good end of the fight, hopefully. Or Zhang could still have something in the tank.
His conditioning is terrible for a top-rated fighter. His conditioning is absolutely terrible. His conditioning is absolutely
Joshua looks beautiful here.
How did you score that then, Gary?
I'd give Parker that round.
So did I.
That Joshua looks absolutely beautiful on the mitts here.
Yeah. With Ben Davison there.
Which translate not at all.
Absolutely beautiful he looks.
That was round 9?
Yeah.
It's all to play for. 3 rounds. Whoever wins the next 3 rounds wins it.
You got that line off Mickey Duff to John Mugabe, right?
What?
He said that to Mugabe in the Hagler fight.
He said whoever wins
3-round fight, John.
rounds? Oh, okay.
He said for now it's a 3-round fight, John. Whoever wins the next 3 rounds wins the fight.
I
And the
never
man got
knew
stopped.
that.
Round 10. Zhang is still parrying and touching his hands a lot, but he's not letting his hands go on top of it. It's a good uppercut up there.
What is your round count, time count, Michael?
My time count is 2:30.
We've got 207.
I'm 2.
Gary's ahead. I'm after him, and then there's Silk bringing up the rear.
No, you bring up the rear. I don't bring up the rear.
Don't make me use that pirate reference again. That's me for the roast.
That was a good effort by Parker there with the right double jab right hand. So what he's got to do, he's got to get busy. Like this is the time, especially late in the fight.
I feel Zhang is in danger of throwing this away. Glenn Bradley says, I think Parker's done well to get back in it. I have it even after 9 rounds. I could see someone else, the judges having a similar score. And I think Zhang may be in danger of letting this slip away from him when this was a fight that he stood to win.
Mm-hmm.
And these rounds are hard to score again.
Yeah.
A lot of posturing from both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Parker's doing a good job of countering now with more than just one punch too. And that kind of like shows dominance, ring generalship. that we talk about. That's kind of like what he's doing. Even the punches aren't clean, but he's setting the pace. He's fighting it on the grounds that he wants the fight to be fought.
Yeah.
And Zhang's just waiting. Look at his punch output is horrific. This is terrible. You're a professional fighter. Like, you're getting over on, you know what I mean? You're getting over on your strong amateur career and all that kind of stuff, but you're not doing anything new. And it makes you wonder about like, does his coaching staff hold him responsible for anything? Do they have a level of expectation at all? Like, I don't think they do. His sparring partners must be.
That round was. I actually thought that round was even.
Yeah.
How did you say it, Gary? Let me guess.
My battery was low, so I had to go and plug in, so I missed it. So I'll give it to even. I'll follow you, Ben, on that one because.
All right.
Yeah. What do you think? Oh, okay.
It's so
Grant says, Ben, why does Parker insist on moving to his right? Thought it would have been prudent to move away from Zhang's left.
Yeah, I agree fully with that.
I disagree.
But he's got to watch the right hook.
And I already know you on this one. But it says was always taught that about the front foot battle between the orthodox and the southpaw. I think Silk thinks that's an oversimplification at a high level.
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of a nice right hook there by Zhang, but it's almost like it's kind of arcane.
They've got it even now, Jones. 94-94.
Barry Jones has him dead level, which same as Glenn Bradley.
I told you it's all to win for. Next 2 rounds is everything.
This is a good one. Look, Ben, did you self-inflict the damage to your nose? Because your very limited boxing career you had as an amateur doesn't allow you for a nose like that. This guy's, it's always good to hear from a fan,
I like this.
Get rid of this cunt.
Wait. I missed his name. This is the.
That's the guy who calls himself after someone else because he fucking doesn't have a
badly
life.
drawn boy.
Scared, yeah.
But he's highly informed.
Yeah, true.
Badly drawn, but highly informed.
Yeah.
No, it's just a cheeky cunt who needs a slap.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't give them a slap because you don't know who they are. Anyway, see you later, Mr. Badly Drawn Boy.
BDB. You like that? You down with BDB?
You know why, Ben? Let me tell you something. Anyone who says that to a fighter is obviously never had a fight.
Yeah.
Anyone who says that to a fighter is obviously on the internet.
Yeah, of course. And he named himself after someone else. Imagine doing that.
I don't know.
How sad are you when you call yourself after a fucking boy band or some whatever, or any band? He should call himself ABBA.
Yeah. This is all to play for, this fight, and it's going to come down.
It makes me, I get angry because, guys, you've got 6 minutes to change your life.
Yeah. Yeah, well, right now I think Zhang is taking this round so far.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. Parker's going to regret this last 6 minutes. He's got to just be smart and throw fast shots, and this is it. 6 minutes.
Zhang touch him up with the left hand, and they're going to look at each other for a while.
Come on, Joe, another right hand. You've got to get in front here.
The left hand by Zhang. Like
nice, Joe.
Another left hand by Zhang. Another left hand by Zhang.
You call it, the thing we're calling that, Michael, is if we're on those different bits, it doesn't make a lot of sense what people are watching.
Yeah, but what I'm seeing is Zhang landing a left hand. I don't want that to just be cast into the wind.
Well, you guys have definitely been rooting for what you already said here, and that is a problem, but it can't be helped. This is early days.
I mean, you call him as you see him.
Yeah, I know.
It's all to go for last. If whoever's at a big round this round, they've got to know that it can swing it.
It could swing it.
Funny feeling they're going to give it to Zhang, but I really believe Parker's. if he wins the next round, I really believe Parker's slightly won the fight.
I was much more confident in Zhang's skills going into this, but I think his conditioning is abhorrible.
Abhorrent.
Yeah,
Abhorrent.
that too.
Who do you think won that round? I think Parker nicked that round, the 11th.
Nah, I gave it to Zhang.
I give it even, but
10-9 Zhang. But either one gets big in this round, it could go to Parker.
whoever wins this round wins the fight if it's big.
Yeah. I'm getting low on battery as well, and I might have to. I've got something where, when your phone doesn't charge unless you put it in a certain position sometimes.
This is a standing commentary with you, Ben.
Yeah, because it's the same phone, believe it or not. I'm not due an upgrade till July.
Well, I mean, what do you have, like disposable batteries? Why does it only have like?
Did you never get a phone which would only charge, but when you had it in a certain position, you had to be a bit clever with it instead of just plugging it in?
They actually sell them like that?
They deteriorate, don't they? You get a spanking new iPhone, whatever the latest model is, and then when it's like 18 months old, the portal doesn't work as well as it used to. I suspect we shouldn't be talking like this and should be focused on the fight.
Ben, you got a shout out from Paris Bliss.
Yeah.
You're doing training on April 13th. Oh, this is the final round. Let's go.
Well, see, his round's just fucking started. You see that, Gary?
I'm a minute in.
Exactly, I am. That's why he's talking, because he didn't think they were boxing.
Come on, Joe. Throw.
But Zhang really is acting as if he's like sparring and moving somebody about at the minute. He needs to put all this on the line and make sure that he can put the seal on this.
Can I tell you something? If my fighter was sparring like this, I would kick him the hell out the gym. It doesn't even make any sense. This isn't even
pedestrian.
This is not even a sparring match, like a sparring exercise.
There's no urgency to win this with such stakes. You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars to win this fight for the future.
Yeah, neither one of them have got my
3 minutes of your life. Fuck's sake, give them the last 3 minutes. Go for it.
What did Buddy McGirt say to Getty? We can rest all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Getty is the kind of guy you need to enthuse.
Light a fire under.
Yeah, he's there. But these guys are, wow. I think they must have respectively, they must have hurt each other, or maybe they were hurt in the gym beforehand, but there's I wouldn't say a fear of being hit, but they respect each other too much.
They do.
And they're feinting more than they're punching. And if you're throwing more feints than punches, that's never good. Pretty soon, the Saudi princes are going to be like, listen, you're going to get paid per punch because this doesn't work for our outline.
Parker might nick this, We're nearly at the final bell.
I think Parker won this fight just. I give him that round. Count my scores, Ben.
Right, hang on. But you have it. So it goes right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3.
I mean, Parker's stepping in, but he ain't doing anything either. He looks like he could be doing more,
60.
but he's not, because he's been hurt and he's scared of being hurt. I think Zhang's going to win the fight because he dropped him. That's the biggest difference in this fight. He dropped him, he hurt him. I've never scored so many even rounds in my life, I don't think.
It's funny, it was like even because no one did anything, you know what I mean?
20, 30, 40, 50. 60.
You have it 115, 114 to Parker, Gary.
Okay. I think that's a beautiful score.
Yeah, let me do mine. 1, 2, 3, 4,
7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
26.
Did you hear that, Ben? I know I'm slightly ahead of you, but the commentator just said, I've just been told that in the 12th round, Zhang didn't lay one punch.
Stop.
Jones's scorecard is
Stop
114,
it. That's
Parker
not
112.
That's not true.
No, they just said didn't land one punch.
Yeah, okay.
I'm having trouble adding Parker's score up. 1 second.
Hmm. 15, 20, 50, 60, 70, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
Okay. 60. 36. I got 117, 114 Zhang.
Yeah, I don't have my calculator here. I can't do mine.
That's handy.
Parker won. Parker
No.
won, boys. Ha ha!
What was the score in there? What were the scores?
113 by one judge, 112, 114, and then 112, 115 or something, Parker.
Can someone give us the official scores, please, in the thing?
That was the official score. I'm trying to give it you now.
You said or something. I wanted someone to put them on to write them in the thing.
One judge had it even, and then two had it Parker.
Yeah, I get that. I just wondered what the margins were exactly. If someone could write them up, that'd be good.
Well, that's what he gets for being a lazy get.
You know what? Because he started so positively, and he had the guy in trouble early on in the 3rd round. He had him in trouble, and
He
then
wasn't even so positive.
there's just a complete lack of urgency.
Yeah. You know what happens with a lot of guys? I call it like the Cuban crisis, the Cuban Missile Crisis. It's the same thing. You see talented guys from Cuba come over to the States, and they're in a social situation they've never been in before, and all of a sudden they live that life and they become that, and they forget about their boxing, their habits, the good things that they need to do in order to win. And that all goes to the wayside because they get into this social life that's not healthy. There's no level of desperation anymore. And so that's what happened with Zhang. Like Zhang, I'm sure when he was over in China, he was towing the line and he was doing his work. And he get to the States, and you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want when you want. He doesn't feel like getting up. He obviously didn't do no road work. He obviously never did any pull-ups, and by the looks of it, he didn't do.
Having said that, I still had him winning on my card, and I would wish you could have up your card too.
Yeah, I had him winning. I definitely had him winning, but it doesn't matter. He could have been a lot more. He could have been a lot more convincing.
He's got himself to blame. But like I say, for what it's worth, for my scoring round by round, I had Zhang winning. But having said that, it's not the most ideal situation to score in while you're doing a thread like this, or you're doing a live broadcast like this. Normally, you just concentrate and focus on that. That's all you care about. We're maintaining a conversation. We're talking to people who are watching. It's not quite the same.
Yeah, it's not quite the same, but still. I mean, I'm not arguing big about it. Do you know what I mean?
I hear that. And neither am I, because even though I had the fight scored for Zhang, I agree with you that he threw it away.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Either, and had it gone either way, either fighter could have won if they would have applied themselves. If it went the other way, Parker could have done more to apply himself. Like for him to be like, oh, this is comfortable and I got a comfortable win, I'd be worried about this kind of win. He didn't, you know what I mean? I don't think he showed an exceptional ability in this. I don't get it. But I think that's the state of the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division is just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. In terms of ability, conditioning, everything. Everything, talent, everything.
Yeah. Now, at this point, obviously, we've got the main event coming in soonish. I may have to take a strategic break. You guys could keep going and keep talking just to get some juice on this thing. I don't want it to run out in the middle of the main event. That's it.
Oh, you have an extension cord?
It's not that. It's about the position you hold the phone in the portal. I can only charge it with the
Gary. That's what his girlfriend said.
Yeah, exactly that. But that's what it comes down to, guys.
Comes down to that sad.
Because I can't see whether it's charging while I'm logged into this screen. That's the
Well,
problem.
you know what I would suggest, Ben? Charge it now because save it for the fight.
Gary.
Exactly. So you guys got to hold the fort and keep talking. I'll see you. I'll see you in 10.
Ben, I would charge it now, so you're not going to run out during the fight. And then
that's what I'm saying. So will you guys? So will you guys hold the fort and then while I exit for a bit?
Okay, so we'll talk, but you go charge your phone.
Yes. Well, what a genius! Why didn't I think of that? Thank you. Fuck's sake! All right, see you in a bit, guys.
Ciao.
But you guys keep going.
Good idea. I should have thought of that.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, you okay?
Thank God he's gone.
I think you heard that.
I can hear everything. I'm just off the screen.
I'm joking.
You see what he was doing? He was doing that thing that women do. That they pretend they got out. They pretend they got out the room.
Right? Ben looks through our phones and puts earphones on.
You can still hear it.
Do you know what? I can still talk and I can still watch the fights. You just can't have my picture on there while I'm charging the phone.
Hang on a second. Did you two pick Zhang?
Yeah.
No, he did.
That's one up for me. That's now the score now, Ben.
Okay, so the scores now. Are you ready? The scores are Michael is 10-4. So you are 10-4 as well, and I've gone to 10-7 now.
Okay.
Hey, Gary. So we're tied again. There we go.
And we're both on Joshua, right?
And we're both on Joshua.
So am I.
Me and you are holding hands either way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll be even either way. But
Joshua is going to destroy him. It's going to be the most beautiful performance tonight you've ever seen in your life.
You think so?
He looks incredible.
I think what all he has to do is he has to let his hands go long. You know what I mean?
He has to just trust and fuck all this big punching MMA bullshit. Just go box, do what you've been training your whole life.
Yeah. Well, it's not his whole life. He started 18 or 19.
Well,
so that's where he has a problem. He started late, and I think Joshua started late.
Yeah, but you know what's good about it? It's a double play. He started late, so he's still learning, etc. But he started late, so he's still got plenty in the tank.
I don't know about that. I think when you start late, here's what happens when you start late, Gary, as far as I'm concerned. When you start late, and especially with heavyweights as well, guys hit hard. And when you hit hard, it stops you from learning. If you get hit every time you're trying to slip a punch, you're not going to learn to slip a punch anymore. You know what I mean? And then once you got man strength and especially heavyweight strength, it just doesn't seem rational. It doesn't seem intelligent to try that. So you're limited in what you're able to do because of that, because of the the late start, and because the man strength that's in front of you. You're surviving more than anything. So, and I think that's when he takes on an opponent, that's what he does. He more or less like he survives and he finds his way through it. And not that he survives in defensive mode, but he's extremely cautious.
That's why it's important as young kids to learn, because you learn to take shots so you don't get hurt so much.
Yeah.
So you can get the experience without getting the damage.
Exactly. And guys that start like Mayweather's and Sugar Ray's and all that kind of stuff, when they start boxing when they're single digit or double digit, and there's the opportunity for burnout. Now that's real. But when you're a kid and people are throwing punches at you, you may be emotionally hurt if you lose, but you're not physically hurt. It's different. It doesn't have, you don't get concussed as a 6 or 7 year old. You know what I mean? You're not getting your brains rocked as a 6, 7 year old and you're getting that buzz. But as a teenager, when you're starting to get hit with that man strength, absolutely. So those are the benefits. You can process punches when you're a kid coming at you. You get their timing down. But the older you get, the harder it is. So
I think when you're a kid, you learn without getting punch shy because you're not really
exactly. You get gun shy. So unless your trainer he has to be exceptional in order to guide you through those waters.
Right.
So I mean, the good thing about starting late is the fact that you have control over your muscles. You have more muscle control, and I think that really helps. It helps you translate what you're trying to do faster.
Yeah.
But I said all that just to hear you say you're right. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're very right.
What are you eating right now?
A piece of chocolate.
Oh, okay. They're showing the highlights of Devin and Garcia. What's be, right?
Well, have you seen the way Garcia has been carrying on recently, Michael?
Seen what?
Have you seen the way he's been carrying on?
Garcia. Oh, yeah, I have seen it. Yes.
Okay, so
what do you think it is? Do you think it's stress induced?
Maybe a mixture of stress and maybe recreational drugs involved. It did seem very similar to. Bits of it seems similar to psychotic episodes I've seen people have when they've been burning the candle at both ends.
When's this fight supposed to be?
April.
When?
Yeah, April.
April 20th.
So he's going to be getting drug tested all the way through. So wouldn't that show up? Those drugs wouldn't that show up on his test? So how could we say it's a drug-induced thing? Because if he's taking drugs right now and he's going to fight then, and they're going to have drug tests, I guess, probably throughout. If not, wouldn't that show up on his test? So maybe it isn't a drug-induced thing.
It looks like it to me, regardless of whether he's going to get tested or not, or whatever they're going to. That is, I don't know when they carry out the tests ahead of a fight. Precisely how many times and how often and what dates they're going to do it. Also, you don't know the shelf life of the drug that's in somebody's system, but it might not be, of course. I'm speculating.
Yeah, but you're speculating with confidence. Are you supposed to do that?
I think everything's better with confidence if you're going to do it. Whatever it is, speculate, anything else that rhymes with 8. That's what it looks like to me. But he could be just losing it for completely other reasons. People have episodes and delusions, paranoia bouts for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
I'll be coming back 1 second. I know you're not on screen, Ben, but you're quite interesting, so keep talking.
Cool, yeah. This is the face for radio stuff that you alluded to. Yeah. So I don't know, Silk, because it was getting so dysfunctional, his Twitter output, that people were saying, they're going to pull him out. This fight won't happen. They're still saying that, But De La Hoya said the other day, no, I FaceTimed him the other day and he was fine. This fight's definitely on, So
you believe
that, wouldn't he?
he has an emotional issue, maybe some sort of pre-breakdown kind of thing. But I don't know if it's necessarily like he would have to be on that drug right then to be acting the way he's acting. No.
No, not necessarily. I think you can definitely, whatever else you may major in, I think you'll probably bow to my superior knowledge of drugs more than likely.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, so no, you can be caning it. You can have a residual build-up, from using things like marijuana or cocaine or whatever, that can suddenly start flipping you out.
Yeah.
Ecstasy, things like that. So, but what I'm saying, I don't know him, do I? But I'm saying I've seen people having drug psychotic episodes and saying, no, but it's the Martians. They're coming through the sink, and you don't know. And Garcia's been saying some pretty weird stuff.
Okay.
And they're very convinced that these things are going on. These people.
And what strange has he said that would make you think that way about him?
He said all sorts of things. He's on about he saw child rape in the woods.
Hold on one second, Ben. I'm looking at this head-to-head right now between Joshua and Ngannou, and they say 27 fights to 1 for Ngannou, 24 wins, no wins for Ngannou, and then they went how many losses, and they have, what was it, 2 for Joshua and 1 for Ngannou. Three? Okay. So it's like 1 each. They have 1 loss. I'm sorry. Ngannou has 1 fight, no wins, 1 loss. That's the record. And he's fighting someone who is a world champion. And the whole world the whole boxing world has stopped to watch this. It's really peculiar. It's really peculiar.
It is peculiar. And I say the whole basis of it, the reason why I'm even entertaining this, is because of his performance against Fury, regardless of...
He refused to talk about, acknowledge, or anything beforehand.
Absolutely, because I figured it was just another sideshow, circus.
That wasn't my take.
No, but I wasn't convinced it was going to be on the level either. And the thing is, I never see an MMA athlete come over and put that kind of performance in. I mean, McGregor was the previous example I had to work with, really, and that was what it was. But the fact that Ngannou was competitive with Fury, in the way that he was, regardless of whether Fury had underestimated him or turned up out of shape, or just off that night, you had to give him the credit for what he did that night. So, with someone like Anthony Joshua, isn't completely reliable. And let's also remember, Joshua looked good against Wallin, but he didn't look good against Hellenius, and he didn't look overly good against Franklin, I don't think, either. So Joshua is not completely reliable, not without his own kind of demons and vulnerabilities. And one thing about Ngannou is he just seems to have total self-belief, at least, And and you said almost, you've alluded in the past, that some of his strengths are that he doesn't know things.
Yeah.
He just believes in him.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at this fight and I'm thinking Ngannou isn't like he's not going to counterpunch anybody. He isn't a counterpuncher. So his game's going to be about initiating, and maybe he's just going to throw all the cards in and go for it. Like, maybe he's making a 3-round fight and try to get him out, because
maybe
Joshua is not as resilient as you think. So run him down, and try to run through him. That would be an interesting. Position. I'd like to see that kind of opening from, just lay your cards on the line. It doesn't hurt anyway, and you're getting 25 million. Like,
sure, yeah. You think
we're not expecting, nobody in the fight world is expecting him to outbox or even defeat Joshua, so he really has nothing to lose.
Well, you say that, but Michael, that's not true. Lots of people in the boxing world are picking Ngannou by KO. Lots of them, because they think that Fury is better than Joshua and certainly more sturdy and all the rest of it. There's loads of he's not. I mean, he is a betting underdog for sure, Ngannou. But lots of people in boxing are predicting him to win. No, I wouldn't say the preponderance, but he has his advocates. Make no mistake. Yeah. So,
My turn. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Now it's me just on here.
Well, there's a lineup there. That's Barry Jones, Darren Barker, and Mike Costello, or whatever the Yankees called. But that's one thing, Gary. I'm thinking these guys are commentating right on the action. I'm not sure they need 4 commentators on one fight. Actually,
No.
do you know what I mean? Remember, guys used to do it on their own sometimes. Harry Carpenter. Here comes Ngannou, which means I'm going to have to come back on
Looks like
soon.
me and you've got the same link now, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Ngannou wearing the pink and white trim gown. Here's Andy Watson. Your screen is black, mate. Yes, I know my screen is black, Andy, because I'm charging the phone, and that's why I'm just talking. I will be back soon in glorious vision and Technicolor. I'm just getting a bit more juice on this phone. This is, perhaps the charm of some of this is the kind of these little imperfections, the amateurism almost. There's Tyson Fury at ringside with Turkey and the newly crowned WBC featherweight champion Nick Ball. Yeah, who's that next to Turkey? Al Sheikh. Don't know. Looks like this is where this is where a lot of the big fights are going to be for a little while, though, Gary. Because I'm hoping that we can go out there for May the 18th. Still,
Yes, we will make that work.
Yeah. Exactly
We
that.
need a good sponsor if anyone's watching.
Yeah, maybe Badly Drawn Boy could sponsor us.
Who?
Badly Drawn Boy from earlier.
Yeah.
What is it?
We'll bring a single out for him.
Yes.
Called I'm the Loneliest Man in the World.
I do get him, Gary. Considering I'm relatively unfamous, I do seem to get a lot of those trolls who try to diminish whatever I've done in the game. I don't know what it is. I think they have
Jealousy.
a resentment of that
It's
must be
people
what it
who've
is.
never fought, Ben. People who've fought, if they've had one fight, if they've even been in the gym and learned how difficult it is, they would have a lot more respect.
Yeah. Exactly that. Although there is one ex-pro fighter who keeps giving me a hard time as well, but he's a jealous prick too. And then even though he's fought, he's obviously still got some sort of issue. But
who is he?
I don't care to name him because he doesn't deserve a shout out.
Don't give him the credit, yeah.
Yeah. You know how it is. I know you've had this kind of thing as well. So
I've been knocked out by everybody.
Yes.
But you know what, Ben? If they're not talking about you, then you got a problem, right?
Yeah, that was the old Oscar Wilde axiom, of course. But there's only one thing worse than being talked about.
It's not being talked about, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, well, and they do it. It's pathetic. It's online.
Yeah. As soon as these guys get in the ring, I'll
what
return
are you
to the
guys
screen.
seeing on your screen right now?
Say again?
You seeing Ngannou walk towards the ring?
Yeah.
Well, he's already there on ours.
He's just walking up the steps now.
I'm seeing him walking towards the ring.
He's entered the ring here.
That's it.
Try sliding the thing on the bottom forward.
Ngannou is in the ring. There's his trainer, Dewey Cooper, I believe his name is. Remember him, Gary, at the press conference?
Yeah.
The Dread trainer. Here comes Joshua.
Beautiful.
Wearing a white Under Armour robe. There's Eddie Hearn with him.
Come on, Joshy. You look gorgeous.
Yeah, this is so aggravating.
Did he enter that website?
Yeah, maybe. Where's my phone?
That's it.
Right here.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Try that.
It's on.
Huh?
It's on.
Where-
On.
where-
The one he sent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay, come just to finish something.
My manager wants to watch the fight.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not it.
There it is.
Okay. Is he entering the ring now?
Yeah,
Joshua's
he's walking.
walking again on his own now. Yeah, he walked. He's walking on his own now, not with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, and he's about to come across his name.
Name
That's
state.
it. You're on the same.
Okay, we're
Caught
fine.
up. You're caught up, Silk.
A little bit ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, that's a class act.
Yeah, wow. Pyrotechnics. Wow.
Maybe it's because it's in a different country or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
This is
Gary-
such an iconic moment for boxing.
Gary's in Greece and Ben is in England.
He's not in Greece. He's in Bulgaria. Okay, they're in the ring, right? So I'm going to come back.
(27-3). That's classy right there. I like the way he does Anthony Joshua on his back.
He's beautiful, like the way he presents himself. Always immaculate.
Yeah.
Very stylish. Class.
Yeah, very clean, classy. Who's this
All right.
trainer for this fight? Is he the same trainer that he always has?
No, he's got a new coach, Ben Davidson. But is it?
You had worked with him before?
He worked with him on his last fight, and he's more of a psychological guy in this respect. Very, very knowledgeable guy, and I think very honest guy. He said Joshua just needs, the mental help.
Oh,
But the mental help he gets is only through physical experience.
Huh?
The mental help he needs he's only going to be able to get it through physical experience. He can't get he can't just hypnotize him and make him a better fighter or whatever. It's not that. He has to physically do something different in order to strengthen his psychological.
Fishlip asked if does Joshua retire if the unthinkable happens. I think that would be.
Oh yeah,
much.
why go on? Really, why go on? That's a good question. You're right. Like, what's the point? You lost to a guy's 0-1, never fought before. I mean, look, if Ngannou wins and he went up against, the kid who just fought, no, I would tend to go with Ngannou, I guess. You know what I mean? I would have to.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I mean, if Joshua wins impressively and Fury beats Usyk in May, then I think that obviously that fight is really hot again. And that is, some people think that is the desirable narrative that people are looking for here. The powers that be, the power brokers, that they want to see Joshua do a number on him because the people are high on Ngannou because of how much trouble he gave Fury, And if Joshua walks through him or annihilates him here, then he's right back in the. It's a prominent fight anyway, him and Tyson Fury, but it's a lot hotter if Joshua does a good job here. Obviously, contingent on Fury beating Usyk on May the 18th.
That's his nickname, Shark.
Who? Oh yeah.
No, that's his sponsor.
Yeah.
Shark is
Jim
his
Sharp. Jim
It's
Sharp.
called-
Oh,
What is it?
Jim
he
Sharp.
must be
Jim
getting
Sharp,
pretty
yeah.
penny for that. He must be getting paid for that.
A lot of money.
Yeah. Maximize it. Why not? Watford, England. Where's Watford?
It's just south of London. It's like just out of Hertfordshire. It's a sort of place you drive through London, keep going northwest.
Yeah.
So it's not south. You keep going northwest and you hit Watford.
Does the tube go there?
Just about it does, yeah, it does go there. But it's the outer reaches of the tube.
You know what the tube is?
Tube.
Yeah,
Is it like a train?
subway.
Subway?
Yeah.
Is it underground?
Yeah. Here we go. Is there going to be a big size difference between two?
I don't think they're that. I think they're very different body types. I think it's all in Ngannou's legs.
Oh, Joshua looks just as tall.
No, he's taller and broader, but he's got different body type. Joshua's wide and Ngannou's slopey shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ring that bell.
Come on, baby boy.
Jab to the body from Joshua to start round one. Looking like he's not going to hang about Joshua and he's going to start firing early. Wide guard from Ngannou. Tries to throw a couple of counter left hooks there, Ngannou.
You must be ahead of me.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Have to ask him.
Yeah, you're head of the class, Ben.
Certainly not winning the prediction league, let's remember. Yeah. Before we get too vainglorious. So already there's been not very few punches, but the pace of this one is a lot quicker.
Yeah, the
Joshua looks very assertive,
intent
doesn't
is
he?
there. And that was good head movement by Joshua getting under that left hook attempt.
Yes, and again.
Good jab to the body. Yeah,
Nice jab.
he's respecting Ngannou. I like that.
Well, he's
Joshua
going
with
to
a
look
jab
at
to the
anybody
body
in
there.
the first minute, isn't he?
Say again?
They're going to be looking at whoever he fights in the first minute. You know what I mean? He's going to warm up and
Yeah, exactly. Start to get the range. Good jab to the body.
He loves that left hook, Ngannou, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's trying to clip him with it every time Joshua leads with whatever.
Ngannou
There's the
switched
right
to
hand from
southpaw.
Ngannou. Joshua
Ngannou-
blocks it.
Ngannou switched to southpaw.
Yes, he does. He did
And
that a lot
again-
against Fury too.
And you see he's touching up, trying to nullify. Oh, nice right hand. Drops Ngannou. What? There you go.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silk's actually ahead.
Wow. Beautiful
There we
right
go.
hand.
Come on, Joshua. Thank you very much. What does this say about the Gypsy King, eh?
Mm-hmm.
How
Exactly.
badly
Right.
hurt is he?
Exactly.
So,
Another thing that I told you.
we all agreed on this to a degree.
Come on. I told you. I told you what's going to happen.
Yeah. And again, Josh. Try that right hand again.
Just keep your eyes open, watch his hands. You don't have to push anything. You've almost like at this point you sort of tamed him in a way. He knows that
Yeah. Talk about first
he's
blood.
not Ngannou hesitating now.
Now we see who's got the iron shin. Come on.
Because he punches a whole lot harder than Tyson Fury, regardless of anything else.
a great heart to get up. No problem.
Okay, so that's... I'm scoring this, but if anybody else wants to score it, you've got to take it on your own responsibility.
Joshua, 2-point round.
Yeah. But write it down, Gary. Keep track of it.
I don't know. Okay, let's see. That's a beautiful right hand. Put it right in the point of his chin. And that's what I was telling you guys earlier. I said straight punches. He has no business hooking with
I
it.
love Joshua. He's committed. I told you he looks beautiful. This
That is textbook.
Textbook.
Mm-hmm. Right on the point of the chin.
I love Joshua.
Yeah, I've always liked him.
Come on, boy.
That's all these guys do is establish the jab. Establish the jab, follow with the right, and with a power left, too. That'll work for him. You know,
This will be
Ngannou-
one in the eye for Montel Griffin as well, Michael.
See what?
He talks a load of rubbish about size.
Yeah. What did Montel say?
Oh, he's
this
just saying,
fight?
I don't care what anyone says. It nobody can beat a 272-pound man who's full of muscle. You know, and talk about Ngannou, and he thinks it's all about that, doesn't he?
Yeah. You know, I never understand guys that fight in white gloves. They're just so obvious. And you want any advantage you can get in boxing. You want to
Timothy Bradley said that. So he said, when you wear white gloves, you can see a guy's punches coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, nice right hand counter. He shook his brain there. See where he dropped under and came over with that right hand?
So you're ahead now, Silk. I don't know how you've caught up and gone past us. I just saw that, yeah.
That was, they do call me head of the class. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Robin Givens. He already looks a little bit doubtful now and hesitant, Ngannou.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he needed the fucking overconfident. Thinks he's too good.
Well, he did what he did to Fury, and so.
Well, it was a bad Fury, but you know what? It's like this is the way it should be. Joshua looks beautiful.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be giving him too much momentum. He's got to counter his punches a little bit more. Just a little bit. It's not like, I mean, Ngannou is kind of probing a lot, probing. And that's why there, another beautiful right hand. He's down. He is down. Ngannou is down.
Wow.
This time he's hurt. He's getting up slow.
Wow.
Welcome to boxing, mate.
Mm-hmm. This is a problem. Well, he did get 25 million, so it's all right. But, you know.
Yeah. He's still, I'm sure he still likes it here.
Oh, no, he froze. Oh, we're good. No, he's down again. He's out. It's over. He is over. Second round.
Look at that. That was like a Pepino Cuevas.
It was a walk-off right hand. He just walked it. He walked through it.
Thank you.
Lay it in.
Thank fuck for that.
There you go, MMA.
Cheers. I think we can all finish on a very positive note. Very happy.
Now, the most positive note we have to make note of right now was inside of 3, Joshua. Who said that, Ben?
You said that, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we're acknowledged now. We're all caught up.
Excited.
I said Joshua inside 3.
Yeah.
Somebody said Joshua by decision. Who said that?
I didn't say it.
Oh, Gary, it must have been you.
What?
You said
he said he's going to annihilate him. I said I didn't pick a decision. I said Joshua will win.
I said he would knock him spark out.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, well then it must have been you, Ben.
I didn't say by decision. I just said I'm not calling by decision or KO. I said I'm not calling it. He will win.
Yeah, look at they got the camera on Fury now, and he's not. He's got his eyebrows raised to the back of his head.
What do you think about that, eh, Tice?
His eyebrows are on the back of his head.
See, now imagine if he had never fought Fury, and you just saw the MMA guy moving over, and you saw that, you'd say he's way out of his depth, and that's the end of it, right?
And that's why I was telling you, Fury was intimidated. He was intimidated. He was scared.
Do you know, I've heard another school of thought, more conspiratorial school of thought, that says Fury played soft to create that narrative. Joshua was going to knock him out, and then as long as Fury beats Usyk, then that's...
No, he was uncomfortable, Fury.
No way. Nothing is ever real these days. Did you get that from Scoop? Did Scoop say that?
No, I know it's a very Scoop type narrative, but somebody else said this to me. Scoop would have said the same, yeah.
Wow, that's going to be one for the, that's going to be one that's going to get played a lot. And then Ngannou, unfortunately, I mean, God bless him for trying, and he got paid handsomely for it. But now he's going to see the other side of boxing. When you get knocked out, what the press does with that stuff, he's going to get memes named after him, the whole thing. It's going to be all sorts of things.
No, it's the way it should have been.
Well, it should have been. That's what it should have been with Fury, but Fury isn't, he isn't about that life, I guess.
Fury was woeful, wasn't he, that night? And then Joshua.
Yeah, there's no way. Look at that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he did boxing skills with the dude. You know what I mean? He did boxing skills with them. Fury didn't. Fury was doing, I don't even know what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what you do. You pull on the jab. You come over with the power shot, and that's always going to happen.
And I wonder if that's the last we'll hear of Ngannou boxing anybody.
Of course. Yes, of course it
Hopefully.
is. Not doing anything else. No, not hopefully. He's not coming back to that. No way. Let me tell you something. That doesn't even feel good. Like, you could tap out in, you know what I mean? I mean, listen, I know MMA guys get kicked in the head and they get their arms twisted back and all of their legs broken, everything. But this kind of thing, when you don't know where you are, that kind of knockout is scary because you just leave reality. That's all there is to it. Pain is a real thing, and seeing your bone bend the way it's not supposed to bend is scary. But this right here is a different beast altogether. That's like you went into the, you know what I mean, into another dimension.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been, because it's been a watch along rather than an episode, this has been 3 hours and 10 minutes so far. But I think despite the review from Badly Drawn Boy, which we do welcome and appreciate, I don't think it's gone too badly. We've learned, I hope, for the next time, certain things that can go wrong. But I'm well happy with that. I'm well happy with that for sure.
Yeah, he carried the mantle for boxing, that's for sure.
He did.
He talked that
God
way.
bless him.
He certainly represented boxing in the way you would want boxing to be represented. He did not let us down. He stood his ground. He did his thing, and congratulations. That's big on him. But you can't say that is what was expected. That is what's expected of a real fighter and a real champ.
Absolutely. And I
So it's hard to give him props too, because how else was it supposed to go? Like, the reality is, how else was it supposed to go? It's only because Tyson set the ladder so low. You know what I mean?
He did. He really did. And you got to wonder how he allowed that to happen. Quite honestly. But it looks like the credits are rolling there, right?
And then when I say it's because of his skill base isn't what we thought it was, and I've said that for a long time to you, Ben. You guys don't believe me, and this, I think, puts a nail in that coffin.
What have you been telling us all along again? Have you ever noticed? I wish you could watch it back and see yourself on this show saying all the time, I said, there's a character.
I only said I said because I do.
So please tell me what you told us. What is it you told us that we didn't get before?
No, I didn't hear you agree with me. That's for sure.
Well, no, what was it? I'm literally trying to remember what was it you said this time? Run it back.
About Tyson Fury, about his lack of skills, about his
okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, there we go. I've never been a fan of that, and I told you that.
But Fury has boxed better than that on occasion.
You know what? That is a performance, but it is what it should be. There's levels to this shit. You can't come in and think you can do what you can do.
No.
Now put Ngannou's down now. Start thinking straight.
And read some of those letters that came in.
I think we still need to doubt Joshua against someone like Slick, like Usyk, and possibly even Fury.
Absolutely.
He's recently battered opponents who are effectively tailor-made for him.
I think Joshua's really found himself this last year.
Maybe so, and perhaps that is part and parcel.
I think he had all the money. He had all the money in the world, and
you get comfortable on that.
And everyone got on his back when he got beat, and he went into a shell. and he said now it's about him, and he's just excelled on his own, and that shows a great fighter.
I'm not sure it went like that, but you got a good point. What does Spartan say, Jeff?
He
Dan?
says that's what should happen when a UFC fighter fights a top level boxer. Hope Francis is okay, but Jesus Christ, that was some right hand.
Yeah, that was 2 of them. And that's what we were saying, right? Like he keeps him at the end of the range. And Ngannou doesn't even know how to fight or fight at close range either way. So he fought absolutely the wrong type of fight. He should have just tried to like gunsling with him.
1 second. Paris, please don't give me that lineal champion bollocks. I'll talk to you about that tomorrow if you're in the gym, but that is highly debatable, the lineal championship thing. They use that term in every division nowadays. Like Teofimo Lopez is somehow the lineal light welterweight champion. How they trace that lineage from Pinky Mitchell back in the early 1920s, I'll never know. But don't get me started on the lineal thing.
So do you think this has any outlook on like Joshua and Tyson Fury? Well, like what do you think? Do you think that's a fight that could happen now?
Sure, absolutely. I think it's hot as hell. It's as long as Fury beats Usyk, and it can still happen if he doesn't. But it's hotter and better if Fury does beat Usyk, which you don't think is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think Fury's going to get by Usyk for one. So
Gary still does, presumably.
Say again?
Presumably, Gary still does think that.
Well,
what does he think?
You think Fury will beat Usyk?
Oh yeah,
Fury destroy Usyk like this.
Come on.
Yes.
By the way, the scores, guys. Then, so the scores are now what?
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
I see you tomorrow. All right. Yeah, of course. Great having you.
There goes Blue. The scores are now. You guys are.
There goes Blue. Wait a minute. Come on, Blue. You guys say goodbye. Let everyone who's tuned in know that this is the future junior welterweight champion of the world right there. Yeah. Blue with the skills.
See you, Gary.
Have a good one. We stay tuned. We watch your progress.
Yeah, that's Gary right there. That's Sugar. And I'll be posting up. They'll be commentating on you soon.
Cool.
All right.
So anyway, to recap, the scores are now Silky on 11-4, and so are you, Gary. And I would be on 11-7. 7-11.
Wow. Okay. Wait, you're 7-11.
I prefer to say 11-7. I just did 7-11 for the American convenience store gag. I'm 11-7.
Oh, you have 11.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to the commentary. 1 second.
We all have 11. I just have 3 more losses than you guys. I did 3 more predictions.
No, that isn't why you're.
Yes, it is.
Well, I could be 3 up if I went by that, and I picked the 3 fights that you missed that you went with. I could be 3 up, so I could be what? 12, 13, 14, 15, and 11.
I'm not prepared to waste my entire life arguing with you about every little pice of primacy that.
Why did you say that? You opened it up to litigation.
Can I strike that from the record? I would like the jury to disregard.
Opened it up to litigation by bringing it up.
I would like to strike that from the record. I'm withdrawing the comments.
Okay. AJ fought the wrong fight against Usyk twice. Should have jumped on him
and let his hands go. Wouldn't have worked on him like it did against Ngannou, though.
Yeah, I mean, Ngannou. I mean,
forgive me for being quiet. I'm just listening to the what they're saying.
What's he saying?
I'll comment on it in a minute.
Fury is a soft punching noodle arm trickery. Fury's soft punching noodle arm trickery didn't work against Ngannou. AJ just smashed him to bits. Textbook. I'm not going to argue with that.
I go with that. Yeah, that was good with.
I like the soft punching noodle arm trickery. I think that's quite a nice turn of phrase.
So, yeah, he is. That's what I say. He's like an octopus. He's kind of has that gangly kind of. I don't know if you have them in England, but when you get a car dealership, you have these things that kind of wobble like this. They're like noodle. Air balloons things.
Inflatable arm waving tube man.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And there's usually a family of them. But
Maybe
anyway.
there's a sponsorship opportunity for Fury there somewhere. He could actually be that guy. That
I don't know why he isn't
advertises
jumping up. Why isn't he jumping up into the ring and challenging Anthony Joshua?
Well, I guess he's already got a fight that he has to concentrate on. But that's a good point, you know.
Yeah,
Ali would have done.
Right? Yeah, he would have been up making all sorts of noise, talking all sorts of smack. And
You'd
you know, it's
expect
his
Fury
life.
to do it, but
Say what?
you'd expect Fury to do it, but perhaps the whole Usyk thing supersedes that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the day of reckoning is coming.
That was back in December, wasn't it?
No, but this day of reckoning is his day of reckoning is coming. First, and Usyk's gonna get it, and then I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I don't think he'll have Joshua. I mean, to have a third fight between Joshua and Usyk, that would be kind of strange, but maybe he'll learn something. It's not like
Maybe. I mean, to be fair, he did do a good deal better in the rematch. To be fair,
he didn't get the brakes beat off him. You know what I mean? So if you're still learning,
he didn't. So he's talking now, and Gary's tuning into what he's saying. I could probably listen to it now without getting copyrighted.
You think so?
Maybe, because we've got. You never know, though. You never know.
He said he's on to the next. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that kid is making money. My Lord. That's one of the beautiful things about fighting frequently. You tend to make more money. And so why don't you complain about that kind of stuff?
Okay, guys. This is ending on an upbeat note. Shall we call it?
Well, does Stretch have something to say?
I'm going to come and give you a big commentary in a moment.
Yeah. So, but what I'm seeing right now is like Anthony Joshua is executing boxing skills. And that's exactly what Fury should have done instead of just fighting him emotionally or whatever he was doing. He just thought all he had to do is get in the ring, and because he boxed for 25 years, he's better. But no, that's not it. It's the skills of boxing that make you better than an MMA guy or a wrestler or anyone else that wants to box. It's the skills that you've had the rest of your life. I can't wait to take Montel Griffith to task.
Yeah.
Former light heavyweight champ. I'm going to jump all over this. I'll be like, come on, Montel, what? Now
what about that Michael Jordan thing that he just will not let? He won't let it go. He every day, several times a day. No Pip, no Mike. And even I know now that he's got 40,000 points, LeBron, et cetera, et cetera. He just goes on relentlessly. And the only thing he can understand is statistics. Yeah. And then whenever you say anything remotely long and eloquent, he goes, I'm not reading that. Stop. I'm just giving you straight facts.
Yeah. And you know, and he turns into the worst kind of people that predict fights, and that's stat man.
Yeah. So no, they had a beautiful comment after Joshua, very, very humble and very respectful, and he said to Ngannou, "Don't quit. You know, you can come back." But the basic consensus of everyone was the greatest thing for me is that all that rubbish they said about the MMA 4-ounce gloves, they hit harder. No one in MMA has ever been hit that hard in their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
You've never, you know, that was a bigger knock when Ngannou knocked out. Was it Overy? What's his name? There was the huge uppercuts in MMA in the MMA fight. That was not even close to that. That was an execution job. You know, that was that just shows you can't cross over when it gets real. You know, that was the Tyson Fury fight. Again, I said was a miscalculation because that was a very out of shape Tyson, and you just and people have bad nights, and we'll see in the next fight with Tyson if he's
don't give him that. He was the vanguard of boxing. You got to protect. If you can't get up because emotionally of your own thing, okay.
No, I understand, but I think that and I think he had a bad night, and I think he didn't mentally prepare properly.
But you can't have a bad night. You can't. How can you have a bad night against someone that's never done it on a world level before?
Well,
Or
it was a
even
terrible, terrible, terrible fight for Tyson. But you know, the reasons I don't know. But I've always known in my heart that an MMA guy, you know, can't come into the boxing world. There's a reason why Mayweather gets 400 million a fight, and the highest paid MMA guy possibly got 10 million for a fight. There's a reason why Conor McGregor came over to boxing and got 100 million when he's earning 8 million or 6 million MMA. If you guys could come and do it, surely you would do it. That's why Francis Ngannou tried to do it. And of course, the Tyson Fury guy for me was a miscalculation of what's reality. Terrible night for boxing, but that tonight was for me the way it should be. I have every reason, and I say the same. Boxers cannot go and step in the cage. The MMA guys will destroy them. It's a different game.
Yeah.
But there is a reason why professional boxing they get that kind of money, because you know it's the oldest sport in the world. One of them. MMA is a new sport, and they're very good at many things, but not great at you know. There's no one in MMA.
They're like Swiss Army knives. They're good at a whole bunch of different things, but not specialists at one thing.
Yeah, and I think you know it just showed tonight. And if he not fought Tyson Fury, and he'd have just fought Anthony Joshua tonight, and they saw that, they would have shit themselves, the MMA guys. You know, they would have said, wow, that's the difference. Everyone said he has a granite chin. Everyone says he can take shots with 4-ounce gloves. He can take kicks. He can take elbows. He cannot take a great heavyweight right hand from Anthony Joshua. He almost executed him. I was worried for his health when he hit the floor.
You know what they say? They say everyone uses that term strong. He's too strong. I'm like, how are you? It's not about weightlifting. It's not about moving muscle. It's not about
your muscles on your chin.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Tell your brain that. You know what I mean? Tell your brain that when you get hit on the point of the chin, or you get hit on the temple.
I'm so happy tonight for boxing because, and I'm not spiteful against MMA. I have so much respect for the MMA guys.
But hang about, because Tyson Fury is talking right now. What's he saying?
Okay, 1 second.
He said he had a shit performance against Ngannou.
So congratulations. Well done. For if he likes me in the future, I've dropped out the goose egg twice.
Well, I want to let him speak here, and there were some things said about him in the ring, so I was curious to hear your thoughts. My thoughts, if you're asking, I am stunned. I am a little bit speechless. I have no problem saying that. I've been watching.
The MMA guy is speechless.
Not only have I never seen him.
Listen, guys, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've got gym in the morning.
He said he'd never seen Ngannou get hit with punches quite like that before. And he's shocked to see the MMA talking head. He said he's been hit with 4-ounce gloves. He just don't understand that 4-ounce gloves or 20-ounce gloves. The 20-ounce gloves are worse to get hit with than 4-ounce gloves. I don't understand why they can't do that math.
He's in that ring. Usyk beats him. He takes the belts. He throws them out. He has essentially what appears to be a breakdown. He's crying at the dais. We all think he's done. What he has done in the last 11 months is incredible.
And then he starts talking about how incredible what Anthony's done in the last 11 months, going from his emotional breakdown against Usyk and then coming back and winning.
For some reason, over the last 5 years, there's always been some shit that gets in the way of it. And this time, the shit is undisputed heavyweight champion.
And Fury says he wants to fight him now.
Well, Joshua.
Yeah.
Sure.
He said he very much wants it in October after he takes care of Usyk.
Yeah, and that's what they will go for, even though there's a rematch clause with Usyk. That is probably the direction they will go in if they can.
him and Ben live around the corner from each other. Why do you have to travel to the United States to get training when you got Ben right next door to you? So Ben's a fun guy to be around and a very good coach. So congratulations to them both.
Can I ask you, Tyson, when you're standing up here, you hear Eddie with such emotion and passion proclaim that not only this guy is the best, but that he would beat you. He can't wait. Does that annoy you? Does that bother you? Is that
Not really, because that's what he's supposed to say. That's his guy. He turned him pro however many years ago.
Yeah, now he's talking about Eddie as his promoter, as Joshua's promoter, and how the MMA interviewer was talking about him and the rematch clause they have coming up.
Yeah. I think we should wrap this one, guys. You can still watch
yeah,
it.
sounds good. I'm not doing a good job here. I'm too distracted. Gary, have a good night. We're back in Thai.
Well, let's close it officially, at least, before, because we're still on. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. It was an interesting night of boxing. I think ultimately any true passionate boxing fan is elated at the service Anthony Joshua did for us tonight. Thanks to Michael and Gary for being the other two. Can't underestimate the importance of that at any point, at any juncture. In all honesty, banter aside, there are not two fighters in the world I would rather be doing a podcast with. Couldn't have scripted it better.
Well,
back
I
on
wouldn't
Sunday,
say the
right?
same for me.
So again?
Wouldn't say the same for me.
No, I think it's in your position. I probably wouldn't say it either. I never heard of Gary till I introduced you to him. Listen,
That's not true.
We're back on Sunday, and I've got a guest on Sunday, Neville Brown. Remember Neville Brown, Gary, who fought Steve Collins, European middleweight champion? He's going to join us on Sunday. We can talk a little bit about this, but I think we've kind of addressed this to a greater degree in the live, like I thought we would. So tune in Sunday night, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. EST. Sugar Silk and Stretch, your special guest, Neville Brown. In the meantime, be lucky. Keep punching.